Hello, welcome everybody. We're about to start the stream. Oh God, where's that coming from? Oh, it's in there. I've got my Twitch stream open so I can manage it whilst I'm streaming as well. Let's start playing on here as well. Oh, that scared me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. How are we all doing, everyone? We're about to start. Let's move over to here, shall we? Oh, I'm dark. Oh my God, what's going on? Oh my gosh, let me sort this out. I know exactly what to do. Happens every stream. I don't know why. For some reason, these settings get changed. There I go. Look at that. Oh, that's a bit too much. Too much. You can't have too much of me. Can't handle it. You can't handle it. It's not. It's you know, moderation. Moderation. You know, guys. How are we doing, everyone? Welcome to the stream. As you might know, if you've watched me before, we are playing more World of Warcraft today. And I've just realised I've got up the game already, but we did say today's going to be a little bit different. So what we're doing today is we're going to be going over the WoW Classic Plus survey. We did say we was going to do that. I was meant to get changed as well, so bear with me. I think after we've done the survey, I'm going to get changed. So I've got my tunic. I tried it on last night, make sure it actually did fit, because that would have been pretty embarrassing, not going to lie, on live stream. So I've got that ready. We're going to change into that after we've done the survey. And then we're going to jump back into WoW. We're doing WoW TBC Soul of Iron / Hardcore, where we are going 1 to 70. Well, eventually we get to 70 once the Burning Gate is opened up and Outlands has been opened up to us. We'll go from... So then obviously the level increase will go from 60 to 70. I am babbling. We like this. So we're at the moment. So we're leveling at the moment. We are level 18, I believe. I'm almost level 90. I'm about halfway to 19, and we are questing in Ghostlands a little bit later on today. Possibly might try and get a little Dead Minds group up, which could be quite fun. I'm not too quite sure on that one yet because we haven't got concentration yet, which is going to be one of our main abilities to obviously AOE tank, if you want. I keep the threat on us. Right. Let me quickly, very, very quickly get up. Let's turn the music up a little bit. Can you hear this, guys? I think we need this music in the background whilst we're doing this. Right, let's get up. What was it? WoW Classic .plus, I think it was. There we go. Right, I'm going to move back over now. To here. We are on here. Here we go. What is Classic Plus? We built this website to ask you exactly that. Our team, led by Geordie and Only Black Smoke, wants to help us all better understand the community's vision for an ever-evolving World of Warcraft Classic Plus experience. So this is the survey, guys. They made a whole website called Classic Plus Project. I briefly had a look at this the other day. It is fantastic, guys. Seriously, they're putting so much work and effort into this. So this is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be going through this a little bit. I'm going to turn the music down ever so slightly just so I can hear myself think a bit. Bear with me. That's a little bit better. Oh, and I've lost my tab. Right, so first things first, let's take the survey. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's do this. Right, let's take the survey. Right, get started with the intro survey. We'll ask some basic demographic questions to better understand who you are, then dive into your thoughts about the fundamentals and philosophy of Classic Plus. Nice. Log into... Okay. I've got to log in with Discord, apparently. Right, let me do this out of it. Bear with me. I didn't realise I was going to do that. I think it's this one. Authorize... join our Discord. I'll join the Discord as well. Wait, am I human? Could be. I might be. And no, we don't want to add that. Yes, let's do that. We're happy with that. We are a Horde for the time being. We are a Paladin. Alright, right, that's sorted. We're done. Let's get back into the survey. Can I do it now? Here we go. Right, so first one, section 1, demographics and server/game settings. Which faction do you usually play for? The Horde? Easy question. Which race would you consider your main? Feel free to pick multiple. I would say mostly Orc. We are playing a Blood Elf, but obviously I don't think they're going to have that in the game for Classic Plus, which is a bit of a shame, but I'd say Orc and Tauren are definitely my go-tos, I think. Which class do you consider your main? Feel free to pick. Right, it's definitely Shaman and Paladin. How old are we? Don't look. Don't look. Don't pause it when I put this VOD out as well. How often do you play WoW? Each week? A few hours a week. I'd say a few hours a week. Trying to figure out. Yeah, it was about 9 hours. 9 hours a week. Nice, healthy dosage, I think. I would like to play more, but there's only so many hours in the day you can actually do this. Right. What have we got? We've got this. Yep. Yep. Oh no, I never actually played Vanilla WoW. I only played the expansions beyond Vanilla. Okay, that was weird. That was really weird. Okay, that's just very weird. Is that going to keep doing that? Hope not. Yeah, I actually do play a tank. Right, just to read this out. So yeah, what is your experience with various iterations of Vanilla / Classic, World of Warcraft? Check all of that apply. So yeah, we never actually played Vanilla WoW. We started back in when it was the Burning Crusade. We've played private servers. Don't go telling Blizzard. Don't go telling Daddy Blizzard, okay? Yeah, we obviously played Classic Anniversary. We didn't play Seasonal Mastery, but we did play Seasonal Discovery for a long time. And yeah, that works for me. What region you play from? We are in the EU. Which of the following labels describe you? Choose as many as you feel is accurate. Oh, I think this. I think done it again. Done it again. Right, I'm gonna have to close. I need to figure something out real quick. Might have just have to close that down for the time being. Apologies for that, guys. It's because I've got my I had my stream manager up for a kick, and for some reason the sound keeps playing on that when I don't want it to, because it obviously has a double effect, and we don't want that. Yep. So I think I'd like to say I'm a casual raider. I haven't actually done much any raiding really, but it's something I would like to do. But I wouldn't say I was a hardcore raider. So yeah, definitely a completion. I like being a completionist. In the essence of it, I like to, you know, if I see a list, I do like to get it complete if I can, and definitely I love leveling. Right. How likely are you to play Classic Plus? Can't wait to log in. Literally cannot wait to log in. Would you pay a box fee for Classic Plus? If so, how much? No opinion on that really. I mean, I'm hoping they'll just roll it into the subscription that you already play. Really. I mean, if they have a separate subscription for it, I'll just pay that. I'll just play Classic Plus. So yeah, I've got no opinion on it really, but also depends on what it's shown / I'll go for that one. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you feel about Classic Plus if they changed how the game looked via Unreal Engine-esque graphics, lighting? My GPU is crying, yes. Modern WoW characters. I'm going to go in the middle for that one. More towards this one, actually. 3, I think. I mean, modern WoW character animations. I'd be happy if they updated the WoW character animations so they're more modernized a little bit better and run smooth. You know, that doesn't really bother me much, but I'd say about 6 or. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna go 6. Modern WoW spell effects again, probably in the middle for that one. Modern WoW UI, player and target frames, action bars, nameplates, etc. I don't really have much experience with modern WoW, so I don't really have an opinion. So I'm going to go in the middle on that one. Obviously, I'm more of a classic Andy anyway, so obviously play a lot of classic WoW. But the stuff like nameplates and stuff like the action bars are fine, and target frames are absolutely fine. I don't mind those at all. Nameplates, I use Plater most often anyway. So yeah, we've got down the middle for that one. Abby, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. Welcome on in. We're doing a little bit of Classic Plus project survey at the moment, just kind of going through all of the questions. Welcome on in. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to have a quick sip of water. Right, next question. How would you like Blizzard to handle the server rollout? Right, so we've got many servers at launch, some PvP, some PvE, a couple of RP, like Vanilla Classic launched with. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's have a look. A condensed server list like in SOD with consolidation. I'm not going to try and reword that. Happening over time. Consolidation. 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 There we go. We got there. Oh my god, I said the word. 1 mega PvP server with faction badge. No, absolutely not. Oh, actually, no. Hold on. 1 mega PvE server as well, maybe? And then you got only 1 mega server PvP that lets players opt in, opt out from PvP, e.g. safe zones in towns, war mode, etc. Oh, this is a really good question. I'm kind of leaning more towards an only 1 mega server. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards like 1 mega server, and then if you want to do PvP, you can just toggle it on. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards that. But then how would they actually handle the load? That's the only thing. The only thing I'm worried... No, actually, I'll change my mind. We're going to go condensed server list, because the only thing I'm worried about is the server lag for a mega server. Just the 1 mega server would be pretty nuts, unless they figure out a way to actually streamline it, and actually so it's like more fluid, and it's not so much, you know, ping for... You know, when we're playing, because at the moment we're playing obviously the Burning Crusade, and right at the beginning where the servers are so full, you do sometimes get quite a bit of lag. It's, you know, it's just here and there really. But yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards condensed server list like SOD with consolidation happening over time. I think that works because then you can split up all of the different servers. But then it's a hard question. It's a really hard question. Sharon, how are you doing? I'm doing very, very well, thank you. Welcome on into the stream. Frimbrek, good to see you as well. Got to give you Spazzel, your thumbnails are really good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm not going to lie, I did have some help with that, but I'm not going to say what it was. How are you doing, guys? How are you doing? Welcome on into the stream. We're currently doing the Classic Plus project survey. We're just kind of going over the basic stuff in the beginning. I think there's quite a lot to go through here. And I'm waffling on quite a bit. Well, I'm going to go with this one. That's my final answer, I think. How would you feel if Classic Plus had an element of seasonal servers resetting every... No, don't reset servers. Fuck that. Excuse my language. No, do not do that. I would hate that. How would you feel about layers in Classic Plus? I think layers are fine sometimes. Yeah, I think layers are fine. Bear me 2 seconds, guys. I'll be with you guys in 2 seconds. And get rid of that. Right, sorted. There we go. Hello again. I'm doing well, thank you, Shao. I'm doing well. Can you guys hear me okay, yeah? You guys can hear me, all right? Okay, we're going to move on. Layers, I think layers are fine. I think layers are fine. Sometimes they can screw you up a little bit. I think... yeah, layers are fine. Layers are fine. Cool, right. Section 2, in-game systems. Should the size of raids be reduced from 40? I think so. I think 20. 20. 40 is too much. Trying to get 39 other people to commit to a schedule of raiding. I don't know how we used to do it. I don't know how people used to do it back in vanilla and, you know, in old WoW. Generally, do not know how people did it. I think it's impossible. I think what they did was reduce the size to 20, and then obviously what it says here, allow me to bring more than 20 if I want. Perfect. I think that's perfect. Don't think it should be 40. Should Dungeon Finder be implemented? Oh. No, we don't want that. I think this one, yes, but only to group you. It's still up to you to get to travel to the dungeon. Yeah, this one. I like this one. I do like Dungeon Finder. Because obviously it just makes the process... I know obviously you kind of do lose a little bit of the interactivity a little bit. But then it's kind of down to you really to interact with the other players. If they don't want to interact, they don't want to interact. They'll just say invite and they'll never talk to you again. You know, I think that the Dungeon Finder... where all it does is just group you with other people that want to do either, like, you know, like it is now, where it's literally all it will do, it will find you a group and you message them, come on, we need a healer, we need a DPS, we need a tank, come join us, we're going to do this dungeon. I think it's perfect. I think the way it is now is perfect. Should summoning stones outside of dungeon / raids be implemented? I'm going to get some flack for this. Yeah, I'm sorry, I know there's so many classic people, classic Andys, that hate summoning stones because it makes people lazy. I understand that, but also I'm lazy. I don't want to run to the dungeon. But you still have to run. You still have to have some people run to the dungeon. And I like being summoned. If I'm, you know, I'm doing something for the group, you know, I'm picking up the quests for them. Got 2 people running to the summoning stone to the dungeon. You've got someone who's like picking up all the quests for you at the same time, and then someone's like grabbing, you know, whatever, you know, emptying the bags and getting some like consumables for the group and whatnot. I think that is fine. I think that is absolutely fine. Obviously, I do understand the gripe that people have with it because it does make people lazy. So I do understand, but I like summoning stones. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get some flack for that. Don't care. Amy Spackles, looking forward to live tonight. We are live. Welcome in. You'll be actually playing the game, I'm assuming. No, we'll play the games later. We're just currently going through the survey. Right, should there be heroic dungeons? I'm kind of in the middle here. Yes, or maybe depending on how they implement them. I'm kind of going towards this. I kind of like heroic dungeons. I really do. I really do actually like you know, heroic dungeons. I love them in TBC. I love them in Wrath. It's the same dungeons that you've done before, between 1 to 6 or 1 to 70 really, and 80 if you include Wrath of the Lich King. It's the same ones that you go through the leveling process, but it's a harder version of that, which gives you, you know, different bosses, more of a challenge. I like it. Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, no, I'm just not. Yeah, I think maybe depends on how they implement them is a good answer for me. And should there be rated PvE in Classic Plus? Mythic Plus, Mage Tower, Prestige levels, level 60 / raiding. I'm kind of... I kind of like the idea of this. And maybe the raiding leaderboards. Not so much Mythic Plus. I don't want Mythic Plus. But I would do things like Mage Tower, Prestige levels, and the late, you know, level 60 / raiding leaderboards and etc. Things like that. I think that's cool. Mythic Plus, no. So it was a little bit hard to answer this one because they don't have one where it says, yeah, but no Mythic Plus sort of thing. I'm gonna put, I won't do it, but I'm fine with the game having it. I think that's fine. Should there be rated PvP in Classic Plus, rated Battlegrounds? I think so. I know a lot of people... Oh, no, I picked the wrong one. I know a lot of people love doing this kind of stuff, so why not? You know, why... We should have something in there. If anything, it should be, yeah. They should be doing more for the PvP scene for World of Warcraft, really. It's kind of just goes dead in later iterations of WoW. Should AoE Looty Bid implemented? No, pick up every single one, you scrubs. No, go to every single one of them, because I don't want a load of stuff going boop, into my bag. I know I kind of I understand the appeal of having AoE looting, but for me, it's just a bit like I loot everything. I don't know what the hell I've got. I have to like skim through text chat just to find out what it is. No, I want to see exactly what I'm picking up. What features of world buffs would you want to see in Classic Plus? Check all that apply. No world buffs ever? I don't think so. Chrono Boon, I think is pretty good. Alternative sources of world buffs, I think that's pretty good. More varied world buffs, I think. Maybe a bit weaker, maybe. Let me go through these one more time. Non-dispellable. Non-dispellable. I hate that. I hate that you can dispel them. Because some of them are of absolute pain to get. Like, you have to go through so many different things to get them. I don't think they should be dispellable. But I think the Chrono Boon is pretty good. World buffs don't belong in raids. I don't really have an opinion on that. So I think those four are fine for me. I don't know about weaker world buffs. Maybe some weaker ones. Or yeah, I think some more varied stuff would be quite cool as well. How would you feel if Classic Plus trimmed the capabilities of add-ons and weak auras? I'd be happy to see them go. No, I don't. I think this one. I think this one. I think quality of life stuff outside of combat is completely fine. So stuff like Questy, where it's not really helping. It helps you in a certain sense. It tells you where to kind of go, but it's not like, right, at level 5, go do this quest. At level 10, go kill these mobs for like 1 to 2 levels and grind them out until you get to this level, and then do this. And then at this level, go to this dungeon to try and level up and grind this dungeon out. I don't like that. Quest, for starters, I like Questy because it kind of just, it streamlines the process. I know it kind of takes away a little bit of the immersion, but I like Questy. Plater as well. Well, again, I'm on the fence with like stuff like Plater as well. If the UI was intuitive enough so I can see, and I can kind of customize it how I want within the game itself without an add-on, I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine with that. But I definitely think keep it out of combat, because I think that's where they went wrong. Because again, there's so many people that go on about this as well. The weak auras and add-ons for combat. A lot of people can't do the newest raids now without them. And obviously now the devs are making the fights even harder because obviously they kind of like tweaking it to know, right, okay, there's a weak aura add-on that they can add this to that. I'm not gonna check, but I think keep it out of combat, and I think that'd be fine. Should mount level requirements be lowered? No, I think keep mounts the same level. Or do I? I think actually, yeah. I think actually let people get their mounts earlier, but not too early. I think it should be either 30 or 35. I think people should get their mounts, not 40. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Should flyer mounts be implemented? No. Moving on. Should guild banks be implemented? I think so. I think that's, that brings more together, more community, because people can gather stuff together, put it into a guild bank. People can like, oh, do you mind if I have this in the guild bank? I think, yeah, guild banks, yeah, I'd be more happy with that. Should Classic Plus have achievements? I think so. Again, this is kind of like a, sprinkles on an ice cream sort of thing. You don't have to have it, but if you do have it and you enjoy it, perfect. You can have sprinkles. I think this is perfect. Yeah, I think we should have achievements. You don't have to do them. But it's also a really nice thing that people can go out, and do challenges and, to try and get achievements. So, for example, exploring the whole entire map, for example. Explore a whole entire map, you get an achievement. You kill a boss, like in Hardcore, the Hardcore add-ons, you got achievements in that. Kill a boss before certain level. You know, things like that I think would be fine. Do this dungeon as well, you know, without someone dying, you know, get this achievement. I think achievements are great. I don't know what people think about achievements, but I think they're great. Should reputations be streamlined / made easier to level? I've got no opinion on that, really. Not really. How do you feel about adding transmog to Classic Plus? Oh, okay. This is a good question. Because the way I feel about transmogs, I kind of like having transmogs. I don't like that you can buy the transmogs. I think if you want transmogs, you go out and earn the gear. So you go out to dungeons, you do quests. If you like a piece of armor that you've got for that quest or got from that dungeon, you could then potentially transmog that for role-playing purposes. That, I think, is fine. I don't like that. I'm sure they've got it in modern, and it was, I don't know when they brought it in, where you can literally buy any piece of armor that you wanted to. Like, oh yeah, I want that armor and that armor, and you could be like literally level 1 rocking around with like raid gear items, you know, and all you got to do is pay for it. I don't like that. That I don't like. But I do like the idea that you go out and you earn the gear. You actually go out and earn the gear by doing the dungeons, doing quests, and then you can transform them once you finish with that piece of gear into a transmog, so you can then put it on, you know, your next piece of armor and stuff like that. That I think is perfect. So they don't have an answer for that, which is really annoying. So I'm gonna say transmog good, but only for the reasons that I'm saying. I don't like. So if they implement it like I've said, so you go out and actually earn that gear and actually collect that gear, then transmog good. If not, transmog bad. Okay. Should a separated collections inventory be implemented? Toys / mounts. I absolutely agree with this one. Absolutely agree with this one, because I'm always struggling with bag space, especially as a shaman with my totems. I think so. I think toys / mounts. Yeah, I think we should have a separate inventory for them, because we have one for keys. Why not? I think we should. But I think maybe just keep it as toys / mounts, though. I don't think we should go too far into, you know, with totems and stuff like that. Though I do think we should probably have a separate bag for totems. Just saying. As a shaman, mostly, yeah. Should Classic Plus allow JDKPs? I've got no opinion on that, really. Never really affected me. I know some people like them, some people don't. No problem with me. Should the level cap ever be increased from 60? Depends how long. Right, so we've got no never. Depends how long after launch we would have to see. I'll think that one. I'll think that one. It's kind of like on the fence a little bit. Next section. The world. Should Classic Plus have new zones? Yes, please. 100% should have brand new zones. And I hope they kind of take a lot of inspiration from Turtle Well from this, because the way they implemented new zones in this was absolutely fantastic. You know, you got the Balor, which is from Warcraft 2. You know, it's just you know, old, you know, abandoned island with a castle on it, like the orcs ransacked. Balor. Then you got, what was the other place? Northwind Pass. I never actually got round to going to that place, but I saw the trailer for it. It looked fantastic. It looked beautiful, like a very autumn-esque, you know, kind of like Eversong Woods vibe, but you know, but in like, if like Eversong Woods was in autumn, but was also Elwyn Forest sort of thing. That kind of vibe, like an autumn Elwyn Forest. It was fantastic. And then you had like, what was the other place I saw? You got the Grim Reaches as well, which was another one. Yeah, 100% new zones. We need as many new zones as possible and take as much inspiration from Turtle WoW and the original WoW trilogy as well. The Warcraft trilogy. You know, maps from there as well. Okay, if yes, where in Azeroth or beyond would be okay with you for these zones to be? Right, so we've got only on the main 2 continents, anywhere on Azeroth, and any other planet / dimension is fine. I don't know if I agree with that one. I really don't know if I agree with that one. I'm going to say anywhere in Azeroth. Let's keep it on Azeroth. As much as I love the Outlands, if they went into the Outlands, I would not be against that. And Draenor, I would not be against that. But past that, I'm doing my best Donald Trump impression here. No, we don't want this. No. Azeroth is great. Other continents. Bear with me 2 seconds, guys. Just a friend of mine's trying to get in contact with me. Where's he gone? Right, sorry about that, guys. Right, where were we? Yeah, anywhere in Azeroth is fine. Should new content be added for leveling? Yes, of course, 100%. Again, take inspiration from Turtle WoW, because what they did was absolutely fantastic. They did new dungeons, they did dungeon extensions as well, which I thought were fantastic. Absolutely needs quests, low level dungeon zones, dungeons. Yes, everything. I want more stuff. I want more stuff to do. I want to keep the spirit of classic, but I want new stuff to do. I want new stuff to find. I want it to be a fresh new adventure. Should leveling be sped up? Oh, no, keep it the same. Keep it the same. Make people grind for it, earn it, learn their classes. Should there be more class specific quests? Yes. Yes. 100%. I hate the fact, because as shaman, the only class quests we ever got was to unlock totems. We never got like stuff like like warrior got, and paladin for that matter as well. But paladin, I can't remember what it was, but you got Veritas's hand of fist. It was the great big two-handed axe that you can get. We go like on a long quest chain. Then you go to warrior. You get the brutal harbuk, weapons, stuff like that. I hated it that you never got that for shaman. All you got with shaman was totems. That was it. That was it. And the whole thing for shamans was you should be using totems anyway. So I hated that they didn't have more class specific quests across the board. I think they should have it across the board. But yeah, 100% unlock ability slash spells like the warlocks and demons and priest race. Yeah, 100%. I would even add into that mix some some class specific items, especially like for, again, perfect example, warriors get whirlwind axe. More, just something you get at level 30 that's specific to your class and will last you for about 5 or 10 levels. I think that'd be fine. Oh my god, I am waffling on today. Woo! Okay, 1 second. Right, should there be more epic quest lines like Rockdallar, Scepter of the Shifting Sands, etc.? I think so. I think there should be more epic quest lines. Yeah, 100%. Add more quests in, but also make any epic quest line that you add to the game, make sure it's rewarding for the player. Because I know there's been quite a lot of people have done epic quest lines where it's like a 5 quest or 6 quest chain, and they've gone through every single quest and they're going through the story. They get to the very last quest and it's a blue item that they can't even use. What was the point? What was the point? I think absolutely, yeah, more epic quest lines, but make the rewards benefit the player. Give it like an overarching kind of like selection that is rewarding for the player. Don't make the items obviously like too overpowered or anything like that, but give it a decent reward based on the quest that you're doing, or for what the level you are and stuff. Because obviously you're putting in so much time and effort doing this quest line, you want to be rewarded for it. You don't want to just sell the thing. You want the reward. Right, which of the following best describes how you'd like to see changes in Classic Plus to old raids? Don't really have an opinion on this, but we'll go through this anyway, because I never really did much raiding. Prefer the old raids exactly as they were, easy. Don't think I like that. I think in Classic Plus they should have the old raids that they had. I think they should tweak them. And a perfect example of this, so this is going back to Bronzebeard. This was a fantastic idea that came from Bronzebeard. So I think they should do this throughout the entirety of dungeons and raids. In Bronzebeard, they changed a couple of the mechanics for the bosses. Not too crazy, but they changed a few mechanics to make the fight a little bit more exciting and interesting. Perfect example, the last boss, the Taramagan the Hungerer. In Bronzebeard, he had a couple of more mechanics. He had a widespread AoE. Obviously, it has the widespread AoE, but what he will do is it will like have this all these like kind of like flaming pillars come out of the ground, and obviously then you've got to kind of get out of the way of them because they'll knock you in the air and you take a lot of fall damage. But then afterwards, he will then do a massive AoE attack, to which then you could then line of sight it with the pillars. It's a very simple additional mechanic and a little tweak to the mechanic that was already there, which made that fight loads more interesting and more fresh. So take that, Blizzard, please do that. Please, I beg you, please do that. Don't change, don't change too much, but tweak it and add a little bit of spice to it, just so it kind of makes things exciting again, because we've all done all of the dungeons, we've done all of the raids, everyone's done it, it's old news. Make it a little bit more fresh and exciting. Right, that's my rant over for now. Right, tune them up as needed for any change in player power, but keep the spirit of the original raid. Add more complex, this is the one. Add more complex / difficult mechanics similar to Season Mastery / Season Discovery for a fresh challenge. Now, I don't like the wording of that, but it's on the spirit of what I was literally just talking about. I think they should add, slightly I wouldn't even say complex, just tweaked mechanics, just to make things more fresh. And then we've got, should there be no raids? Yes. But only stuff that already exists in the original Azeroth, Karazhan and Grim Batal. I kind of like that. I think this one. Yes, proposed raids that already exist in the world, plus create some new interesting content like Scarlet Enclave, like they did in Season in Discovery. Perfect. I think that's... Yes. Boom. Alright, Section 4, the player. Should Classic Plus have new playable races, and if so, which of the following categories would be acceptable? Check all that apply. No, we're not doing this one. Any races from future WoW expansions? New playable races that already exist in Azeroth. I think this one. I think this one's fine. Again, going back to Turtle WoW. In Turtle WoW, you could play as a High Elf on the Alliance side, and you can also play as a Goblin on the Horde. Perfectly makes sense. It makes sense. Class, if you're going to do new playable races, make it make sense within the world of Azeroth. That's my take on it. I think, yes, playable races that already exist in Azeroth. 100%. But no pandas. No. Or furries. No. Should Classic Plus have new classes? This is a really good question, actually. So we've got no, yes, but only classes added in other WoW expansions. Death Knight, Monk, Demon Hunter, Invoker. Yeah. I think so. I think, yeah, yes, the ones we've seen, but also completely new classes never seen in WoW before. Yeah, I think we should. But to caveat this, what I think we should also do is not have them on release. I think it should be drip fed in. So, you know, Classic Plus launches. You then have maybe 3, maybe 6 months, and then you drop a new race, new class. Sorry, drop a new class where it's, you know, Necromancer. You know, a Necromancer class, which would be that'd be sick. And then you just kind of like you keep adding new stuff, you know, but you don't overcook it, but you kind of like you keep adding a few new ones every, I don't know, 6 months or something, where it keeps the game fresh. You know, the new player, you know, in place, then kind of go back. As like, oh my god, they've just released this new class. Let's go back, start that, you know, start making, you know, living that character, that you know, class up, and it just gives people fresh content to do. Obviously, you're still going back through the, you know, the leveling content, but then also what you would do in tandem with that is you would then constantly be adding, again, dungeon extensions, new quests, new zones. So then when they come to the new class and they want to play the new class after 6 months, you know, when it's released in 6 months or longer than that, there's then new quests to do, there's new dungeons to do, there's new extensions in the dungeons to do, there's a new zone to go to. Because once you get to 60, you're not going to go back to that zone, that leveling zone. Why would you go back there? You don't need to... I mean, you could do it if you wanted to, but you're not really going to get the benefits of it because you're not leveling in that zone. You're already max level. So, yeah, I think this is perfect. I think this is perfect. Again, guys, please, you know, if you're watching this right now, guys in chat right now, or if you're watching this later, because I will be making a YouTube video out of this as well, please comment on what I'm saying, and we can obviously have a really nice discussion about things. Obviously, I will chat to you guys. You know, I do in chat. Again, but in the YouTube video, when it comes out at some point when I make it, comment down below, because I will reply to you, and I will talk to you guys. I will talk to you guys about this stuff. You know, I'm happy to have a really open discussion about stuff. Right, should new race / class combos be added? No, the original combinations are iconic, don't touch them. Yes, but only stuff within the lore that makes sense and keeps factions / races feeling unique. 100%. 100%. That was one of the things that really drew me to World of Warcraft in the beginning, in the Burning Crusade, is that you had that separation. Actually, no, I'm lying. No, I'm lying. But I like the idea of this, actually. No, I like the idea. I'm gonna completely erase what I just said then, but I like the idea of having stuff that makes sense, and also keeping factions and races unique as well. That's my take on it. I like that kind of stuff. That being said, in Burning Crusade, the Blood Elf Paladins made sense, and the Draenei Shamans and Paladins made sense. So it kind of goes hand in hand a little bit. It's, you know, it kind of all goes in, it did make sense. Should the Horde have Paladins and the Alliance have Shamans? I'm stuck on this one. I'm stuck on this one, guys. I think... I know people don't like it. I kind of like it. But then it also goes back to then the faction / races feeling unique. Let's leave it as vanilla. I'm going to go for vanilla. Even though I am playing a Blood Elf Paladin, keep it vanilla. It's fine. Right. Should classes be reworked? New base ability in spells, class, role combinations, etc. So we've got no. Vanilla classes have distinct class fantasies that make each playthrough unique. Some quality of life adds, totemic, recall, projection, warlock, summoning gate, combo point persistence would be nice. Don't fix what ain't broke. And then you've got some new spells that modernize ability rotations, e.g. Rep Paladin, just don't completely change them. I think this one resonates more with me. And again, perfect example, Turtle WoW. In Turtle WoW, they tweaked it, especially Shaman and Paladin, and they made it so much fun to play. But they didn't go overboard and completely break the class and made it really OP. But they added skills and abilities to those two classes in particular that made sense and made them more fun to play and more viable as well. So I am going to go for this selection, but I'm kind of in between this one and the one before. So I don't want to completely modernize. But again, it's just some spells, some new spells that modernize. Yeah, no, this one's fine. No, do you know what? This one's fine. It's only some new spells. But I think they should, like, in between. I'm kind of more in between those two bits. Of the following, what is the most important change needed to raid buffs in Classic Plus? You may want to pick multiple, but only pick your biggest concern. This question refers to 1 hour long buffs, not Paladin Blessings. We'll ask about raid buffs more later. Oh, right, okay. Okay, so we've got raid buffs should cost less mana. Raid buffs should no longer require regents. Raid buffs should be single cast, raid wide. I kind of like that. But I think you should still have the regent to cast it. Raid buffs should be combined so multiple classes can buff different things, like in Wrath of the Lich King. I think these two. Yeah, these two I think are fine. Because, and there's no reason to go against this either, why it should cost less mana. Because if it costs more mana, you're just wasting time. You're just waiting for that person who casted all those buffs to then regen their mana for everyone else. And you're just wasting time. If it costs less mana, you're wasting less time. And then if it's if it's a single cast, obviously, oh, that kind of conflicts a little bit actually. So in my mind, the raid buffs should be a single cast raid wide, but cost more mana. But I think the raid buffs should also cost less mana because you don't want to be waiting around for that. Then that priest, paladin, whoever that cast that buff on the raid to get their mana back up. Why would you want to wait more? You want to get into the fight. So I think these two do conflict each other a little bit, but also I think that makes sense to me in a way. Should talent specializations be reworked? Yes, but only a light touch. I don't want them going completely mad. Just slight tweaks like they did with Turtle WoW, where, perfect example, Shaman on Turtle WoW, they reworked Shield Lightning talent class. So when you put 3 points into it, so in the original, just for a comparison as well, for Vanilla versus Turtle, in the original, in Vanilla, if you put 3 points into that talent point, all you do is a little bit more damage. I think it goes up to 15% extra damage when it goes off. In Turtle WoW, it didn't increase the damage, but it increased the number of shield that you actually got. So when you first put one in, it goes to, I think it's to 5, then it's to 7, and then up to 9. But then what they also did in the enhancement is if you put 3 points into that, it then linked down to a new ability that you got called Lightning Strike, which then when you use it, it instantly hits with your weapon, does 20% nature damage. No, it does 20% extra, I think. But it basically did nature damage at 20%, but then it did an empowered version of whatever shield you have active. So it was a lightning shield. Say it did 50 damage if the enemy hit you. It would then do 100 damage or something like that to the enemy. And you literally go bang. It's an instant cast, and it's like I think it's like a 6-second cooldown. It's very similar to no, what's the call? Oh god, Storm Strike. So yeah, I think somewhat with light touch. Should a 4th new talent specialization be added for classes like Guardian Druid, Tank Shaman? Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, so we've got no new talent specs. Yes, but limit it to hybrid classes with roles that didn't get fleshed out in vanilla. I like this. I kind of like this. Because, ooh, or should they? I do like that idea. Ooh. But the only concern I have about that is that then more people will want to play the hybrid classes rather than all the other classes, maybe. Do you know what? I'm locking it in. I'm going for that. Because I love the idea of a tank shaman. Again, I did that in Turtle WoW. They have that in Turtle WoW, but they had that in the enhancement tree. So you can either build yourself enhancement as a DPS, or you can go down the same tree as a tank. But I would like to see a specific, maybe 4th talent specialization that you could unlock through a quest. That would be interesting. I think that would be really interesting, maybe like level 20 or 30, unlock this 4th specialization that you can then go into. something to kind of stew on. If you're watching this, stew on that for a little bit and then let me know. Should every specialization be competitive in both PvE and PvP? Yes, every spec should be viable in all scenarios. Not in most cases, but vanilla hybrid classes don't perform well in PvE outside of healing. Those classes could use a bit of love. I'm leaning towards this, but let's read the other one. No, not every spec needs to be perfectly raid/PvP viable. Overtuning for PvE balance could break PvP and yeah. Okay, no, I think this one. And again, perfect 2 examples. You've got Ret Paladin, who I believe is good in PvP, but sucks in PvE. And I think most, if you're playing a Paladin, you're mostly playing a healer, if I'm not mistaken. It's either you're a healer or a damage dealer, but the damage dealer's not as viable as all the other ones, like Warrior, for example. And then obviously the big one there is Paladin Tank. Nobody's taken a Paladin Tank into a raid or dungeons, mostly raids, because you can't taunt. So yeah, I think not in most cases, but yeah, I think this one. Those classes could use a little bit of love. Just tweak them so they're not like, oh my god, this is the best class ever to play in both. But I think give them a little bit of love to make them more viable and competitive with other classes as well. Should dual specialization be implemented? I think so. Absolutely. No, yeah, let's move on. No, yeah. Should new professions be added? Yeah, I think new professions sound awesome. Generally. But again, I don't want them to go overboard. I don't want to go into the glyph system and just make new professions that make sense. And again, I keep referencing Turtle WoW. It made perfectly sense. You had a jewel crafting. And I also believe they had woodworking as well, which is pretty cool. Should professions be updated to have more endgame relevance? Sorry, not relevance. Relevance. E.g. new recipes. Yes, I think so. All right. There we go, guys. That's our survey done. Let's have a look at our end of survey stuff. Oh my god, that was just the intro. Oh my god. That was just the intro. I thought that was the whole thing. Okay. Oh my god, we've got so much to go through. Right, let's do the world. Dungeon survey. Oh my god. Alright, pick the top 3 dungeons you enjoy leveling in classic WoW. Love Shadowban Keep. I love Scarlet Monastery and Cathedral. Those are my 2-3. Can I pick more? I could pick more. Yeah, all of these. Never really got round to these ones, but I did like the Temple of Atal Hakar. Curie, good to see you. What's up, my brother? How you doing, man? We're doing good, thank you very much. I don't know if you actually asked that. I'm just answering myself. I'm telling you a question that you asked me, and I'm telling you what the answer is. Let's leave it at that. We're doing good. Anyway, we're doing good. We're currently doing the Classic Project survey. We've just done the intro, which took us the best part of an hour. Oops. And we're now going into the next one, which is the world. And dungeons in particular. But good to see you, man. Welcome, welcome. Stream's looking very smooth today. Yes! We've figured it out. Love that. Thank you so much. That actually makes me feel really good to hear that. Okay. Now pick the top 3 dungeons you think need major revamp. Do you know what? I'm just going through all of them. I know it says top 3, but I'm going through all of them. Because what I want new stuff. I want new stuff in there. I want dungeon extensions. I want new boss mechanics. I want new stuff. I want new stuff, but I don't... Right, okay. Again, to caveat that, what I've just said, I want new stuff, but I don't want it to break the classic vanilla feel and vibe. I want these new changes, but not too overboard, not too complex, just new stuff that makes it fresh. Okay, at launch, given a finite amount of developer resources, should more effort be put into creating entirely new dungeons or improving old dungeons? New dungeons would be more fun to experience at launch. Focus on them. Try to balance between the two. I'm leaning towards this already. Yeah, I'm leaning towards this one. Yeah. Trying to balance between the two, I think. Yeah, I think the old dungeons need some love and a little bit of reworking, some tweaks. And I definitely think there should be new dungeons. 100% new dungeons. Should more open world dungeons and quests associated with be added? Think areas like Jadenar in Felwood, Stormguard in Arathi. I 100% agree. Yes. So what we've got the options for? Open world dungeons are boring. I could take any number of friends in there and destroy them so they will never be challenging. Again, that's true. That's true, but you can also say the same for a dungeon. You can take some really overpowered friends that you've got that are still within that level range and completely just steamroll the whole dungeon. So I think open world dungeons are cool and make the world feel alive and full of mystery. Adds lots more of them. I want to say add lots more of them. No, do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go in the middle. I'm gonna go in the middle there. How do you feel about rare spawns inside of dungeons? Rare spawns are annoying. If I want an item off one, I have to enter it, mind vision scout it to see if it's spawned, and then leave and reset if it's there. Waste of time. I do agree with that, but I also I do like rare spawns. Rare spawns are cool, but just make them always spawn. They're not rare. Oh wait, no, hold on. Hold on, let me read this one again. Rare spawns are cool, but just make them always spawn. They are not rare if I could scout ahead of time. I think this one. Rare spawns are exciting and a fun addition to dungeons, and I want to see more of them in Classic Plus. 100%. Right, how do you feel about lockout caps? Oh, what is lockout caps again? Lockout caps. Doesn't really affect me, whatever. Yeah, to me, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter for me. How do you feel about dungeons having a rotating or random boss spawn with specific loot, e.g. Ring of Law in BRD, Edge of Madness boss in Zul'Gurub? Okay, how do you feel about dungeons having rotating or random boss spawn? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I really don't know on this one. Do you know what? Don't care. I've got no opinion. I've got no opinion on that one. It kind of sounds cool to kind of keep it a little bit interesting, so you don't know what boss you're going to get when you go into a dungeon. But that also can be very annoying because you can go into a dungeon with a specific boss that you want to go and kill, and it's not there because it's a different boss. It's been rotated. Yeah, a bit tricky on that one. Should there be heroic dungeons in Classic Plus? We already go over this. Yeah, I think there should be. Oh, here we go. Should there be Mythics Plus style dungeon ladders and progression? Oh, okay. I like this option. So you got no and sure, so long as it's purely cosmetic reward. I like that. I do like that. Yeah, we're going in with that one. And again, that ties in with that transmog thing we talked about earlier as well. Going out and actually earning that gear. Right, I'm happy with that. Should certain bosses or areas be locked behind requiring a specific class or profession in your dungeon? Sorry, let me go. I need to read that again. Should certain bosses or areas be locked behind requiring a specific class or profession in your dungeon group? E.g. a rogue unlocking a door, druid communicating with an animal. Ooh, hold on. I'm leaning towards yes, but my worry on that is then people would run certain dungeons, those specific dungeons. My worry is people wouldn't. They wouldn't take other people. No, let me get my English right. They would prioritize those types of classes over others. So it means, what that means is then people would, you know, who want to go might struggle finding the group because they're not that class or profession. If that makes sense. I am leaning towards yes. I like that idea for the immersion. Sounds really cool. And it also gives an extra thing. Do you know what? Yeah, we're going to go yes. I'm going yes, but with a caveat that it makes me worried that people overlook other classes in favor of the classes for that specific dungeon, if that makes sense. And then people might not be able to get to do that dungeon because they're not that class. If that makes sense. Right. Should player power chase items? Should player power chase items to items? Sorry, am I reading that right? That doesn't make the wording doesn't sound right for that. Hold on. Should player power chase items be extremely low drop rate items in dungeons, or should they be only cosmetic drops? Fell Striker, Iron Foe. 5 minutes is annoying. It feels like I never get them. Just remove them. I've got no opinion on that really. I really don't really care. And the wording's making that difficult to understand as well. I don't know if that's just me. Should there be solo challenges, Mage Tower, Delves, etc.? Yeah, I think so. With another, alright, so I think they should, but it only be for achievements and slight upgrades for gear. I don't think you should be replacing, you know, the like your heroic dungeons or your level 60 dungeons to get gear to then go into the raids. Or to replace leveling completely. I think, yeah, I think it sounds good. I know a lot of people love the Mage Tower. So I think, yeah, have them, but maybe keep it so it's just cosmetic and achievement based, maybe. As like a fun challenge you can do. There's something else you can do within the game. It's quite fun. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I would do that as well. I would do that content. Should Dungeon Finder be implemented? If so, teleports you to dungeon or only groups you and travels up to you. Again, we went through this again earlier in the intro one. I think, yeah, yes, but only as an in-game UI to assist forming groups. 100%. Should summoning stones outside? Yeah, I think so. People might have a go at me for that one, but I like it. They've got it in TBC. I actually really like it. Cool. So we've done a dungeon survey. We're going to go with the lore survey. Actually, no, I'm going to skip the lore survey because I do want to play the game eventually. So we're going to go quest and leveling. And then after we've done this one, I'm going to do the rage/dungeon one, and then we're going to move on to the next one, which is players. And then after that, I think we get back into the game. Right. How do you feel about the leveling cadence of... I'll start again. How do you feel about the leveling cadence of vanilla World of Warcraft? Average 120 to 160 hours to level cap. It's too slow. I want Classics Plus to speed up leveling to get the end game activities faster. I think it's just right. People might not agree with me with this, and I know a lot of people, obviously, that's why you've got Blizzard added the boosts, where you can boost in TBC, you can boost your character to level 58, because people don't want to do the leveling. But for me, classic vanilla is all about that journey. It's all about going from 1 to 60 and learning how to play your character, because it gives you time to digest every single ability that you pick up along the way, and then make up your own, you know, kind of like figure out the rotations that you should be doing. Whereas if you just jump into it, you know, at level 58, you're then not going to be as good as a player who got, you know, who leveled up to level 58, because that person knows how to rotate the abilities. You know, then you know, they know all the caveats of, you know, that class that they're playing. So I think it's just right. Yeah. People, again, you might disagree with me on that one. I think it's just right. Should Classic Plus have phased level caps? Absolutely fucking not. 100% not. That fucking killed SOD for me. absolutely killed sod for me. That did. And it wasn't just. So I need to iterate on that a little bit as well. Actually, what I've just said. It's not that the actual phase level caps killed it. It's the time it took between the caps. It was too long. It should have been 2 months. But, do you know what that's even though I'm saying that out loud? Yeah, no, I think that once they release a phase, it should be 2 months from when they release that phase to the next level cap. I think, what was it in Seasonal Discovery? It was like 6 months. Wasn't it? Or was it 4 months? But anyway, the answer's no. The answer's no, okay? Rank these quest types in terms of how much you like them, with 1 being your favorite type to 11 being your least. Wait, hold on. 1 being your favorite type to 11 being your least. Okay, cool. So what about? So, okay. So we've got kill X of number of enemies, loot X number of items from enemies, fetch this item from this place and bring it back to me, escort an NPC from point A to point B, carry this thing from one NPC to another NPC, kill a specific raid boss, discover this location, craft X number of things, do X thing but you have a time limit, an enemy dropped a quest item that begins a new quest. Do you know what? I actually quite like that. That's going number 1. Quest objective isn't fully explained. You need to figure it out. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. I kind of like, so to go on that a little bit more, I like that you do need to use, try and figure it out, but I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about it now. Maybe it is fully explained, but you still need to figure out stuff with the explanation given to you. If that makes sense. Yeah, I think so. Kill X number of enemies. I think that's fine. Discover this location. Kind of like that. Then that one. Then this one. Then this one. Then maybe this one. That one's last for me. Just kill a specific raid boss. Yeah, that one's going lower in the list for me because obviously that then requires you to obviously get a group together. You might not be able to get a group together at that certain time that you want to do that quest, so it kind of locks you out of doing and continuing that quest. That's the way my mind works, at least anyway. Craft X number of things. Right at the bottom for me. Because it might be a profession I don't do. It might be a tailoring profession. I don't do tailoring. Then I can't do that quest. So yeah, that's going right down at the bottom for me. I think this one, this one, this one, this one. Yeah, okay. That looks good to me. Cool. Moving on. Do you feel like the flow of quests in Vanilla WoW leads you from zone to zone in a natural way? I think, right, so the options are, yes, I've always got some new zone to check out and quests to do. There are some gaps, but generally it flows well. I'm kind of leaning towards this. I often find myself having to grind mobs to be high enough level to begin new quests, and no opinion. Yeah, I think there are a couple of gaps, but generally, overall, it flows pretty well. Should there be more quest hubs within existing zones? 100%, I think so. Yes. And so, just to go through the options for you guys who are listening, no, there are enough hubs as it is. And I think the one I've selected is maybe a few hubs in some of the more remote areas could help fill in the world, make it feel a bit more bustling and alive. It's more filled up. If that makes sense. I 100% agree with that. But I don't want it to go too mad. So that's why I've kind of gone for this area. And the next one after that is, yes, quest hubs are exciting additions that fill the world with interesting content. Yeah, I think this one's cool. You don't want too many, but you want some that makes it a little bit more interesting and makes those remote areas that you would never go to otherwise a little bit more viable to go to now. Right. How do you feel about puzzle quests that are more complicated to complete than kill 10 boars, e.g. Captain Sanders' hidden treasure in Westfall, or quadrangulation from Sod. Yeah, I think so. You got the options here. These quests are too complicated. They should be simplified and clearly stated instead of requiring puzzle solving. A few here or there is fine. Just don't do it too often. I'm leaning towards this, to be fair. And then you got, I love these quests. Please add lots more. I'm going for, yeah, a few here and there is fine. Just don't do it too often. Again, it just kind of breaks up the level, the questing, the questing journey. It makes it a little bit more interesting. You don't want to be doing the same quests over and over again. So some variation is very well needed. So yeah, I think so. How do you feel about repeatable quests in general? Repeat turnings, dailies, weeklies, reputation turnings, PvP. I think these games are, I think they're boring. I'm not going to read the rest of it. They're boring. Should there be daily / weekly world quests? Oh, okay. No, I kind of like this. So let's read what they've got. No, the way Retail WoW does world quest does not fit in what I think Classic Plus should be. The only type of quote-unquote world quest should be one-time completable quests like the South Shore Assassin's quest or the Gizelton Caravan quest in Desolace. I don't know. Maybe. What's the next one? So world quests are fine so long as they aren't massive chore list every day. Yeah. Okay. I like it. Keep it lean. Keep it clean. Keep it lean. And the last option was going to be world quests get players out into the world more regularly. Adding them would be a good feature. I think that, yeah, I think this is a good selection. Sorry, read the first bit. Should every class get more class quests on top of their already existing ones? 100%. We already expanded this one earlier, so yes, but only to unlock spell abilities and spells like warlocks, demons, or priest racials, and any gear. Oh wait, hold on. No, I quite like that you can get gear out of it. No, I'm going for this one. Class quests are fun ways to expand the RPG and explore lore while making leveling feel different every time. Yes. No, I'm changing my mind. We kind of went for this one in the last one, but that's because it didn't have this option. So we're going for this option this time. How do you feel about group quests while leveling? Group quests are annoying. I don't want to interrupt my session by having to look for help to kill something. No, I don't agree with that one. It's an MMO. There should be group quests. Group quests are fine so long as they aren't too numerous. I should be able to do most of the zone without needing a group up. I quite like this one. And the last one, I love group quests and would like to see more of them as I level in Classic Plus. Again, I'm not fully on the choice that I had, but I'm kind of in between. I'll move my camera up. Actually, I can't be bothered to do that. I need to nest it. But yeah, I'm kind of in between the middle one and the last one. That's the ones that I'm kind of like in between those, but more leaning towards this one. Should quest reward gear be buffed? Right, so we've got no, leave it as it was in vanilla. I don't agree with that. Somewhat, try to make the extra terrible items at least usable to someone. Again, we went over this earlier. I think this is a viable thing, and that ties in with the epic quest lines, where you go on like a 5 quest chain line, and at the end of it you get like a purple dagger which you can never use. What's the point? You just sell it, and it just dulls the moment of like completing that really epic long quest line. So I reckon this is the perfect option for me. Should achievements be streamlined / made easier? No, and if you touch the Anuxia achievement questline, I'll lock you away with Marshal Windsor. Okay, I don't really have an opinion on this one, and I'm surprised they didn't have a no opinion on this section. So, what would I pick in this situation? So, we've got that one. Sure, cut out the aggressive travel sections, but keep the spirit of achievements. Okay, I think this one. Yeah, I think this one. Should achievements be account-wide? No, doing achievements on alts is part of what connects you to the alt story. Streamlining it ruins it. I don't agree with that one. I think if you've already done achievements, and I know a lot of people have said this, if you do it on one character, not... So the second option I've just read makes sense for me. Yes, but maybe just make it a shortened questline instead of simply account-wide. I kind of like that. So you've done the achievement questline. It then gives you advantage for an alt on your account to then do it quicker. I like that. Because you still have to do the achievement. I like that idea. Right, how would you feel if Classic Plus had prestige levels where you could level above 60 but gain no player power? I think it sounds cool. Again, it just kind of adds more content to the game, really. You kind of like not really gaining any player power, but you're kind of gaining glory, I guess. Like, you know, I've got this character, I don't know what prestige they'll go up to, but 120. You know, I've managed to get my character to 120. You know, again, it kind of ties in with achievements a little bit, really. Yeah, I think it's cool. I know there was a discussion a little while ago about prestige leveling, and somebody brought up the idea at prestige level, when you get to 60, you can prestige and then go back to level 1. Don't know how I feel about that. Let me know what you guys think of that one, actually. But I think what this is a pretty good idea. What if the prestige levels gave small bonuses to professions, flight path speed, and generally made it easier to do things on your account? Okay. Yeah, I think depends. I'd have to see it, but it kind of makes sense. It gives you kind of a reason to do prestige, but only, again, and I'm liking the wording for this as well, small bonuses, like a little bit of quality of life bonuses. So yeah, definitely flight path speed. Yeah, 100%. I think that'd be pretty cool. Or even just making the flight paths cheaper. You know, instead of being 1 silver, it's now 70 copper. Stuff like that. I know you kind of get that with reputation anyway, but this could be an addition to the reputation. You know, to make things a little bit more cheaper for you, or make it faster. Yeah. Or not only make it faster, but the flight path, you get a more, if you prestige and you get to a certain prestige level, you get a more direct flight path to get there quicker. So instead of just speeding up the flight speed, maybe unlock flight path, like more direct flight paths. So you're not having to go from like, sorry, I've got my bottle in my hand. So, so you're not going just like, so you want to get over to here, but to get to there, usually you would have to go to this flight path, to this flight path, to this flight path, and then down. Whereas you get to, like, for example, you get to prestige 75, you unlock this flight path. Something like that. I think that'd be pretty sick. Should there be heirloom type items you could send to your alts for increased XP gains? No heirlooms. Nah. Like, start at level 1 and just do your shit. Obviously, no, I'm leaving it at that. I'm leaving it at that. How would you feel if your alts got increasingly more XP the more max level characters you had, similar to warbands in WoW: The War Within? Yeah, I think that sounds pretty cool, actually. See, I don't know if that's kind of putting things more modern, but I do like that idea. So in my head, I've not actually played The War Within, so I don't know exactly how it works. I'm assuming you get to level 60 on your main character. So then when you go to level your alt and you add it to your warband, you then get like a 10% increase to your XP gains. Is that what I'm thinking? And then if you get that alt to level 60 or level whatever level the next level is, you then get an additional 10% for your next character. Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, I kind of like that. I actually do like that. But I think they should cap it. I think they should cap it though. To not so much that you can only have 5 alts that you can level up, or 5 characters you can only level up. But I think once you've reached the threshold of XP bonuses, you cap it. So you can still level alts, but then you're at a cap of XP buff, so you're not going crazy. So like, say for example, you level 8 characters, 8 classes to level 80, and you get an 80% XP boost. Now I think that's going a bit crazy. I think maybe cap it at like 40, maybe 30. That's my mind. That's my mind is working as well. Okay, last one. Should Classic Plus allow XP toggling for twinking? I've got no opinion. I'm happy with that. Guys, you happy? I'm happy. Submit. Nice. We have got a couple more in the world system. So I think I want to do zone survey. And then we're going to move over to player stuff. God, man, we've been doing this for a while now. Jesus, guys. Okay. Do you want continent / world / dimensions added Classic Plus? Right. New continents, yes. New worlds and dimensions? Maybe. Now, the reason I'm saying maybe, because there's also, again, in Season Discovery, they added like a new dimension, the Emerald Dream, which is technically a new dimension. And again, I love the Burning Crusade, which obviously introduces a whole new world, and I love those zones as well in that world. So for me, yes, but I think my answer is depends if it's done well. If it's done well, I'll be happy. Right. If yes, check all you'd like to see, not as they launch, but vanillified. Sorry, hold on. If yes, check all you'd like to see, not as included. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, Hydral, yeah, Ghostlands, yep. Isle of Quel'Danas, yep. Azure Mist Isles, yep. Blood Mist Isles, Outland, Northrend, Ulduan, Draenor, maybe. Baelor. They're copying. Oh! You know what I said about Turtle Wow? You know what I said about Turtle Wow? Baelor's there. Zul'Dar. Ireland. Yeah, okay. I like that. Kil'Toras. I think so. Pandaria. No. Emerald Dream. Yes. The Lost Isles. Maybe. Gilneas. Yeah. Tol Barad. Twilight Highlands. I've never been to the Twilight Islands, so yeah, yes. Darkspit Islands, I think so. Zandalar, do you know what? Yeah. Ogazonia, yeah. We're gonna add these ones. Fuck it. Give me more zones. I want more zones. Would you prefer Blizzard focus on improving existing zones or adding new ones at launch? Somewhere in between. I think the old zones should definitely be improved upon and maybe fleshed out a little bit more. So, again, a perfect example in Bronzebeard was in the starting zone for the undead. I've forgotten the bloody name. Oh, what's the whole zone called? Tirisglade Falls. Tirisglade Falls. In the starting zone, not the starting, kind of close to the starting zone, they had a whole different section where you go up this hill and there's like this giant manor where you got a load of more quests that you can do there. Stuff like that would be really cool. But also, we want new zones as well. We want new places to go to and level up and experience. So yeah, somewhere between. I think a nice balance between the two would be perfect. Should there be more fast travel options in Classic Plus? Check all you'd like to see more of. Portals between cities and various zones. More ships / I think this one. More ship / zeppelins between continents. Flight paths all over the place. I think portals between cities could be cool. The only no, I reckon more ships and zeppelins. Even though I do like the fact they've got a portal that takes you from Silvermoon to Undercity, but that also makes sense because there's absolutely no way you can run through Eastern Plaguelands and get to Undercity safe. You could. It'd take a bloody long time though, like ducking and weaving between all the enemies. So yeah, more ships and zeppelins I think would be fine. Should certain fast travel options be unlockable via quest achievements activities? Yes. Yes. Again, more quests to unlock more quality of life as well. I think makes things interesting. Yes. Would you want to see more rare spawn / rare events in the world? Yes. Yes. Especially the events. One thing I wish they did, I don't know if they did it in the more in modern WoW or retail WoW. There was one game element I used to love in Final Fantasy XIV was the what was it? I can't remember what it was called. But it was like these random events that you can go part and be a part of. Like you're going to go as soon as you got into the area, you were like a part of it, and that this random event would just like happen, and then at the end of it, depending on your contribution to that event, you obviously then got rewards based on your contribution. I wish I saw that more in MMOs, in other MMOs. And I can't remember what the bloody hell it was called in Final Fantasy XIV. What was it called? Oh man, that's gonna bug me. Oh, chat, can you look out for me? Look out, Final Fantasy XIV, like map events. There was a specific map events that you used to do. You used to open up the map, it'd be like a blue circle to show you where that event is and what's happening. How would you feel about more open world mini bosses akin to world bosses but catered to 5 players? How would you feel about more open world mini bosses akin to world bosses but catered to 5 players? Definitely sounds interesting. I think so. Yeah, I think it's interesting. Yeah, no, I think that would be quite interesting actually. Should there be more PvP locations and events in the zones, e.g. tower control in EPL, Syphilis and Blood Moon? I think so. So the option is, I like these, they add fun variety, which I do agree, but they also can get in the way of leveling, but they're fine if I can opt out. I think that's a perfect balance. So you can do them if you want, but don't get in the way of people who are just trying to level in that zone. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. These are great questions, by the way. These are fantastic questions. Right, should the phases in Classic Plus feature limited time or rotating world events, e.g. Elemental Invasions, AQ Opening Event, Scourge Invasion? Oh, okay. So the options for this, no, don't impact the world at all. Maybe, so long as they do rotate and aren't permanent. I think this one. And the reason I'm going for this, I don't know if that what it actually means in my what I'm thinking in my head. So in my head, that means these world events rotate constantly. So, you know, after a month, so like Dark Moon Fair, every month you'll get a Dark Moon Fair where you can go get buffs and, you know, consumables and shit like that. So in my head, and then obviously a month it goes on, you know, like 2 months it goes on cooldown, whatever, and then it moves somewhere else. So in my mind, what this means is, oh god, I need a new headset, guys. Mine is falling apart. Getting black bits all in my hair and my face. So the reason I want them to rotate and aren't permanent is so that people who, for whatever reason, couldn't make it for that event could then get that event again when they are available to do it. If that makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm really communicating that clearly to you guys, but, you know, for example, you know, as a working, you know, full-time guy with a job, guy with a full-time job is what I meant to say. Guy with a full-time job and also trying to do streaming stuff. There might be an event where, you know, for example, the Elemental Evasion. happened whilst I'm at work. But there might be a day in a month or so where I'm not at work and it happened, so I can then actually do it. And I'm not missing out. That's the main thing. I don't want people to miss out. I want people to be able to do these events and, you know, feel like, you know, if they got rewards from them, they'd be able to, you know, if they didn't get the reward that they got, then the next event that they you know, next time that event comes around, they can potentially get that reward, or just to do the event, you know. That's where my mind is going when I click this option, and I'm hoping that is the case. Should the phases that Classic Plus progresses through change the world in a permanent way, e.g. the Cataclysm? Ooh, that is a very, very good question. Because I like when the world progresses. So that was one massive thing that I was really that really got me interested in Ashes of Creation, is that the world changes with you, sort of thing. And I kind of like. Oh, my shoulder just clicked. Oh, that was bad. Good but bad. Oh, I like that it could. The world kind of, yeah, it does change, but maybe not to the scale that Cataclysm did. Maybe make it minor changes, so it's not like massive sort of changes. So a great example of that is kind of taking from Ashes of Creation a little bit. But with Ashes of Creation, the whole idea of the node system. So when you do questing in a certain area, you do loads of stuff like gathering, questing, dungeons in that area, it all adds to the node XP, which then levels up the area. Maybe we could do something like that, where in certain zones where people have done loads of questing, loads of gathering, it would then, in the next phase, maybe they unlock, maybe the part of the zone changes where it unlocks new content for you to do. So that's where my mind is going when I think of this question. I like the idea that the world can change in a maybe in a semi-permanent way. Maybe not so much in a permanent way, but maybe in a semi-permanent way, where for, I don't know, 3 months or something, the world has kind of, this great big fissure has opened up in the world, and it's now opened up more quests for you to do, and there's like different enemies for you to go and kill, or gatherable stuff that you can go and grab. And then after some time, it all fizzles down and kind of like reseals. And then again, people start doing quests there again, and then the fissure opens up again or something. Or it's something I think something like that. I kind of like this idea that, yeah, let the world evolve, but I want it as, I don't want major permanence like Cataclysm. And yeah, I kind of like, I'm going with that. Cool, right. I'm done with that. We're going to go over to player, and then once we've done these ones, we'll then go over to our Blood Elf Paladin, we'll go over to Spazles, we're going to jump into the game and actually start playing some World of Warcraft. Right, here we go. We're going to go classes, talents, and surveys. Sorry, I need to drink some more water. My throat is starting to kill me. Right, how would you rate the class balance in Vanilla WoW? I honestly would go here. It's not perfect, but we don't want it to be perfect, and that's why I think some minor tweaks to certain classes, not to make them like, oh my god, this is the best class in the game now because you've added this tweak, or balance it in a certain way. So like, just boost the damage of what the paladins can do, or what druids could do. Just minor tweaks to make them viable, and people, they get picked in the raids and dungeons at max level. I think so, yeah. 6 is fine. Do you think any balancing needs to happen for Classic Plus? If so, how should they be balanced? Right, so we've got no balancing needed. Keep it the same. True balance. everything close in DPS. I don't agree with that. Some classes can be better at single target or cleave than others, but mostly similar. Classes can have different damage profiles, but they all need important utility. So you bring, yes, 100%, yes. Right, next one. Which of the following talent trees, in your opinion, need major revamping? Enhancement Shaman, 100%. Protection Paladin, 100%. What else is there? Retribution Paladin, 100%. What else? I don't really play that many others. I think Elemental Shaman is fine as it is. Maybe... Ooh. Destruction Warlock. I think maybe Destruction Warlock. And maybe Demonology Warlock as well. Right, should new roles for some classes be added to Classic Plus? Check all you'd like to see. Tank Paladin, yes. Melee Hunter, I think so. I don't know. Tank Warlock, no. I'm not really. It did seem like a lot of fun in SOD, but for me, I don't like it. Tank Rogue, big no for me as well. Tank Shaman, however, big yes. I think Tank Shaman, again, I've played so many different iterations now. In SOD, Tank Shaman was amazing. I absolutely loved Shaman in Season Discovery, and I loved it in Turtle WoW. In Turtle WoW, again, as I mentioned earlier, they tweaked the talent tree, so it actually made Shaman tanks a very viable tank and good tank as well. Even gave them a taunt, which is amazing. So yeah, Tank Shaman, 100%. I'm on the fence with Melee Hunter. I'm not too bothered about that. Right, should classes receive new or adjusted abilities to make their rotations more interesting, as they did or tried to in Season Discovery or future expansion? Yes. But to caveat this, I don't think they should do what they did in Season Discovery, but I think they should do what they did in Turtle WoW and make minor tweaks to make those abilities and rotations make more sense. So, for a perfect example, give Holy Strike to Paladins, as well as Crusader Strike as well. Those two abilities make Tank and Paladin, and Paladin in general, so much fun. And again with Shaman as well, give them Lightning Strike. Even if you have to go down the enhancement tree to unlock it, it just gives a little bit extra of an adjusted ability or a new ability to kind of change your rotation a little bit. But I don't think they should go as wild or as mad and as hard as they did in Season Discovery or the future expansions as well. Just minor tweaks. If new abilities get added to classes, how should they be learned? So we've got via trainer as usual. Can I multi? No, okay. Via trainer as usual. Quests unlock through exploration, e.g. sod runes. I don't think they should do that. I'm kind of leaning towards quests. Quest and trainer, or maybe experiment. Maybe experiment a little bit. Change things up a little bit. Maybe you do a few quests or a specific class quest that unlocks a new ability. Or, there is just a new ability that you get through your talent trees. As mentioned with the Shaman. Yeah, okay, experiment, I think. How would you feel if the talent trees in Classic Plus were larger, meaning they went further down and required more point invested? So no, don't change talent trees. Not sure, depends how they implement it. They gave us more talent points, could be cool. I'd love that, no opinion. I am kind of teetering between these two. More on this one. I think this one is going to get my answer. It definitely depends how they implement it. So it definitely would be cool if they gave us a little bit more talent points. So, for example, at level 10, you got, instead of getting 1 talent point, you got 5 to start off with. And then you get like, and that's like your additional talent points. And at 60, you've got an additional 4 points or something to then put into where you want. I don't know. I'm not sure. Again, it depends how they implement it, I think, for me. But I'm kind of on the border between these two. How would you feel if each talent tree had a capstone talent choice, meaning the bottom of the tree had 2 distinct talents, of which you could only pick 1? That actually sounds pretty cool. I actually really like that. Yeah, no, I think that sounds pretty cool. So what that means, if you're still wondering what that means, so at the bottom of your talent tree, you've always got just the last, there's just 1. And obviously you're working towards that. When you get to level 40, you unlock it. If they gave you 2 options, both which are really viable and, you know, changes the dynamic of your class a little bit, that sounds like a lot of fun. Like, again, but I think it should still be within the spirit of vanilla. So a perfect example, actually, guys, a perfect example, shamans. Down the enhancement tree, so in classic vanilla, at the end of it, you got Storm Strike. They changed that into a WoW, and they made it a lot more better. So you get Storm Strike a lot earlier on. I think you had to, yeah, you unlock it as a talent point. And at the end of it, what they replaced it with was Bloodlust, which makes perfect sense. Now, I'm now thinking, if they were to implement this, you go down, and then at the bottom, you've got 2 options. You've got Bloodlust, and you've got Spirit Wolves. Hear me out, Spirit Wolves. They implemented that, I think it was in Wrath of the Lich King, I think, for Shaman. Or it might have been TBC. I might be getting my my expansions confused here. But that would be really cool. You could go for 1, where it's more like a more of a DPS focused kind of like build. Or you go for Bloodlust, which is more of a utility kind of build for your class. You're still doing DPS and some utility stuff, but it kind of leans more into the utility side of your class. You know, giving everyone, you know, Bloodlust in your group or raid, and, you know, increasing your mana regeneration or your, you know, attack speed. I can't remember exactly what it did, but that would be really cool. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you think about that, because I think that would be really cool. Every class, get a movement, speed, talent, or ability. Not sure, depends how they implement it. Should mass resurrection be a spell in the game? Maybe. I think yes, but it be a class specific, or no, it be a healer specific spell. Do you have to spec into a healer build to be able to do it? But then the mana cost for it is like a massive amount of your mana, and you need certain regents to be able to cast it as well. And also, yeah, huge amount of mana, regents, and a long cast time as well. Not too extreme. Like, I think Hearthstone, like 10 seconds. A 10-second cast. Yeah, a 10 seconds. Yeah, and yeah, I think so. That would be cool. But not I was going to say maybe not in PvP, but that would also add a really cool mechanic to PvP, because then you could then be, so say for example you're fighting Horde against Alliance, Horde are absolutely dominating, but then the Alliance, they've got a priest in the back and they're casting Mass Resurrect to get everyone back up that's just died. And it adds a really cool dynamic, I think, actually, because then as the Horde, you've then got a priority to then go and get that healer before they res everyone. And then as the Alliance, you've then got that pressure to keep that healer alive and people away from that healer so they can then cast that spell. Yes, I'm thinking ahead. I have got 5 head right now. Big brain moments. Right. Should damage over time / heal over time spells be able to crit baseline for all classes? Should damage over time / heal over time spells? Oh, sorry. Okay, right. Damage over time / heal over time spells. Right, sorry. I'm getting the wording of that now. Be able to crit baseline for all classes. Only if they make it a new talent you can spec into. I think that's a good choice. I don't think everyone should do it, but I think if you spec into it, you could then do it, maybe. Yeah, I like that. Should each class in Classic Plus have one spec tailored specifically for PvP? Yeah, I think so, maybe. And this is where dual spec could then come into play, because then you can have a spec for your PvE content and then have a separate spec for your PvP content. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I kind of like, yeah, maybe. Right. We're now going to ask you a question about your experience with each class, and depending on your answer, we'll present you with questions about that class. The questions are specific to that class, so make sure you know it well enough to speak for its intricacies. We want to emphasize the goal is balance among the classes. Think about your answer and consider if your choice is beyond what should be allowed, even if you might find it exciting because you play that class. Okay, cool. So we play Paladin, Warrior, and Shaman. I might actually get rid of Warrior because we do tend to... I do play Warlock as well, actually. Oh, I do like Warlock. It looks like if I add Warlock, it's going to really add more to the survey. So I'm just going to go for my 2 mains, which is Paladin and Shaman. Let's go. Right, how would you rate Vanilla WoW Protection Paladin's kit in terms of solo content? 4, 2, 4, 5 maybe. Maybe 6. Maybe 5 for that as well. Yeah, for 5-man dungeon content, it's not great. It's not the Protection Paladin kit. It's not great in Vanilla WoW. It needs a lot of work, I think. Right, how would you rate Vanilla WoW Holy Paladin's kits in terms of solo content? I think it's pretty solid. I'd give it a 7 for 5-man dungeons. Raids, give it an 8. PvP, again a 7. I think Holy Paladins are pretty decent. How would you rate Vanilla WoW Retribution's Paladin kit in terms of solo content? So I'm going to give it a 5. 5-man dungeons, 5. Raids, 3. PvP, 6 or 7. Shut up. Not really do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Yeah, I'll go for a 6. Right, Paladin. Should concentration be a baseline ability for all paladins? Yes. Yes, it should. I'm sorry if... Yeah, it should be. Paladin. How would you feel if, in addition to mana, Paladins had a secondary resource, Holy Power? That's leaning more into retail, isn't it, with Holy Power? I'm going to go no to Holy Power. I'm going to say no. It sounds cool, don't get me wrong, but I think that's going too far into modern WoW. I think, yeah, it's a no. I think a lot of people might agree with me on that one. All right. Should Retribution Paladin's itemization balance needing strength and spell power or just strength? That's a good question. Yeah, I think you do need strength and spell power. Yeah, no, I think, yeah, leave it as, yeah, strength and spell power. Yep. Right, assuming Protection Paladin gets the support it needs to be competitive, should their itemization include spell power like in TBC or just strength/defensive stats like in Wrath of the Lich King and beyond? Right, leave the itemization for prots as it was in vanilla/TBC. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Yeah, not so much vanilla, but in TBC, definitely. Right, what duration should Paladin Greater Blessings be in Classic Plus? 60 minutes. 60 minutes. 100%. Actually, hold on. Yeah, the Greater Blessing should be 60. Yeah, I'm sticking with that. 60. Or maybe, do you know, I'll go 30. I'll go 30. Let's go 30. Should Holy Paladin get additional resources / power while in melee range with an enemy? Should Holy Paladin get additional resources / power while in melee range with an enemy? Do you know what? Just, I think, yeah. It's a fun class fantasy to be in melee range. Absolutely. It'd be nice to have the mix of both, I think. Yeah, I kind of agree with that one. Right, should Classic Plus differentiate between long-term buffs and short-term cooldowns by changing the names of abilities Blessings of Protection, Freedom and Sacrifice to Hand of Protection, Freedom and Sacrifice like it did in future expansions? Yes, I agree with that one. Yes, it's confusing. Yeah, because this is something I recently found out that I didn't know did. So I didn't realise if you use Blessing of Protection on yourself or anyone else that you've cast another blessing on, it then removes that blessing, so you then have to recast that blessing on them. Hand of Protection. So if they change it to Hand of Protection, where it doesn't remove the blessing that you've given them, so for example, Blessing of King, Strength, Wisdom, yeah, I think that should still keep the buff on them and not remove it. So that's my 2 cents on that. Right, what version, if any, of Seal Twisting should be in Classic Plus? Twisting refers to having 2 seals active at the same time, usually right as a melee swing lands. I think TBC Twisting. Yeah. Yeah, I think TBC. Yeah, 100%. Should Blizzard support a Shockadin play style? Yeah. Yeah, but don't invest time in it over the other specs archetypes. Yeah. I think they should probably add it, but yeah, I don't think they should, yeah, invest. Yeah, I'm happy with that one. Right. Should Turn Undead / Exorcism work on all enemy types, not just Undead / Demons? No. No. It's literally... I know that's a little bit annoying because you can't use it on all enemies. So it is a little bit of a dead ability, but then when you are fighting undeads, I think maybe increase what that ability can do. Maybe. Yeah, I don't think it should work on all enemies. Right, Shaman, here we go. How would you rate vanilla WoW elemental Shaman's kits of Turn of Solo? Yeah, and yeah. Yeah, Elemental Shaman is very, very strong. How would you rate WoW's Restoration Shaman? Yep, and yep. I would even go 10 for that, 10 for that, 10 for that. Yeah. Restoration Shaman. Yeah, awesome. How would you rate Vanilla WoW Enhancement Shaman's kit in terms of solo content? Right. So, I'd think... So, after level 40, Enhancement Shaman falls off a cliff. So, this is why I'm going this. Kind of in the middle, like this. Yeah. Someone's played Shaman for a long time. That makes Enhancement Shaman as well. This makes sense for me. Shaman, how would you adjust the way totems function in Classic Plus? Check all that apply. Increase their range to 40 yards like auras are without needing the talent to do so. Yeah. Just have your totems following you around. I don't like that, no. Increase their range. But I think the way they should increase the range is through a class quest. You unlock it for a class quest. Yeah, I don't think they should follow you around, but I like you can do totemic projection and recall as well. Yeah, 100%. Should Shaman be able to dual wield baseline in Classic Plus? Yes, let Shamans dual wield. Again, but make it a quest. Or make it that you have to spec into it in an enhancement tree. Oh no, it says literally baseline, doesn't it? Hold on. See, I wish what they had was a fourth option, whereas yes, but you spec into it. There's no option for that one. There's literally no opinion, or leave it as it was. I don't think you should leave it as was. I actually really like the, that you can dual wield as a shaman. So I definitely think there should be a fourth option for this question, where yes, but you have to spec into it, and there's a little bit of a specialization in enhancement that allows you to do to obviously do dual wielding more efficiently. Should Shaman be able to wield two-handed maces, axe, staves, baseline? Yes. Yes, you should. Should totem twisting be a thing Shamans are capable of doing to increase their raid throughput in Classic Plus? Yeah, keep it in. If Classic Plus adds Bloodlust / Heroism to the Shaman's kit, how would you feel if another class also had a Bloodlust-like spell, e.g. Mage Time Warp? I wouldn't like it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a shaman. Yeah, give us lust. Give us the lust. Right. Poison and disease cleansing totem makes shamans de facto required to be the cleanse class for these debuffs. Should Classic Plus nerf these totems so it makes other classes poison / disease cleanses more viable? No, don't change it. Nice. Right. So that's the first one. How long have we been live for? Oh my god, we've been doing this for 2 hours. Wow. Oh wow, I might have to cut this up a little bit when I do the video for YouTube. Damn, okay, I didn't think this was going to take that long. Yeah, do you know what? I'm happy with what's kind of going on. Oh, I really want to do mechanic survey. Right, guys, last one, mechanic survey, and then we're done. What version of layers would you want to see in Classic Plus? I didn't think this was going to be the questions we'd be getting. Right, multiple identical layers, as many as necessary to prevent lag and stop the world from feeling too crowded. Layers only out in the world. No, yeah, this one. Also, is there a better way or a better system than layering? Is there a better way of doing it? I'm not sure. Because my mind is thinking that the way layering works well is if there are too many people in one layer. That means, for example, when we're doing the Dead Scar yesterday, we were not really getting that many enemies to be able to kill. I mean, we did have to group up, but even if we grouped up, we still weren't getting the enemies that we wanted because we had to loot a specific item from them. So when you layer to a new layer and there's less people there, it obviously lets you do the, it allows you to do quest a little bit more efficient. So that's where layering does actually work, and obviously it doesn't reduce the lag. So I think yes, layers only out in the world, no layers in large cities. I think that works because then obviously that then makes the cities look a lot more populated. Well, they obviously will be a lot more populated because everyone will be boom. Only worry for that at the same time is the lag, but I'm sure they could work that out. How would you feel if spell batching was in Classic Plus? I've not really got an opinion on that one. I can't really remember what spell batching is. So yeah, no opinion. How do you feel about the measures taken by Blizzard to prevent boostings within dungeons? I like them. They prevent gold from being farmed, etc. I like the idea of them, but not the ones that Blizzard has implemented in Classic. Keep it true to original game. Let players boost. Yeah, I'm going with this one. Maybe that one. How would you feel if mobs scaled? No level scaling. No. Hate it. How do you feel about various I need to reiterate in this actually. So I don't like the idea, but there was a system that I did like in Bronzebeard, I think it was, where they did have level scaling. No, do you know what? No level scaling. No level scaling. I'm gonna erase that from the thing. How do you feel about the various currencies in World of Warcraft? They're too many. Keep it limited. Or currencies are important for horizontal progression. Use them when you need to. Okay, we'll go with that one. What version of consumables would you want to see in Classic Plus? Flask, elixirs, food and more. All of it is usable at the same time and should be for passing. Flask, elixirs, food and more, but make them more accessible and cheaper. Either a flask or a guardian / battle elixir, but not both. Keep it limited like in TBC. Keep it maybe this one. Right, should Classic Plus increase the view distance of enemy nameplates from the vanilla range of 20 yards to how it is in TBC and beyond at 40 yards? I don't think it should be 40, I think it should be 30. But yes, I think they should increase it a little bit. Should weapon skill remain a mechanism in Classic Plus? Yes. Some might find it annoying, but I think that's fine. Okay, no, right, oh right, okay. When it said mechanic survey, the pictures they've used for that is slightly misleading, because I thought it was going to have an option in there about boss mechanics. I don't think they've got that in there. They might have it in the raid surveys. I thought they were going to have it in here, which is a bit of a shame. You've got economy, reputations and more survey, itemization survey. I'm assuming that means like, do you want more gear, stuff like that? I'm assuming that's what that means. Right, guys, I think that's going to be it for now. Community results. Let's have a look real quick. Looking for a member to summon results. We're still waiting for more people to help summon the results, so be sure to check back soon. All right, cool. So we haven't really got that much at the moment. What's the content? Player. Oh. Oh, what's this? Oh, wow. Okay, it's just like forum. All right, cool. Oh, wow. Lots of people have been posting in here. Okay, so it's not like one, you just click on the individual ones. It's like the whole talk is about the factions and then the classes and then professions. All right, cool. Right, well, guys, that was the Classic Plus survey we just done. There are a few more questions and surveys to go through, but we're not going to do them all tonight. We'll probably do them off stream at another time, or potentially do another video on this or another stream on this. Right, guys, there we go. Let's get out of this. I've been disconnected. Let's reconnect. Again, right. So another thing, guys, I'm taking off my headset because I did say to you guys we were going to do a little fashion show because I got myself a tunic for my LARP. So I'm going to quickly go change into that. So bear with me 2 seconds. I'm going to get a refill of my water as well before we start playing World of Warcraft. So let me go get quickly changed. I've literally got it right next to me beyond this curtain. So there's no peeking. I'm watching you all. No peeking. I'll bring it. I'll come back in. I'll show it off a little bit, and then get a refill, and then we're going to start leveling in Ghostlands. Let's do this. Right, turn the light on for this, guys. What are we thinking? You can't see me right now. Let me move the chair out of the way. I've got a very small office. Butt shot. Already see my butt. What do you guys think? It's a little snug, but obviously I am losing weight. I like it. I might need to zoom out a little bit. Let me zoom out on this real quick. Oh, get rid of that. Camera control, zoom. No, zoom this way. Apply. Okay. Okay. That's a little better. Yeah. It's a little snug. But I am losing, I am a big guy, to be fair. Yeah, I like it. The sleeves can roll up pretty much quite nicely. Yeah, no, I like it. I like this kind of like little tapered look here as well. But yeah, it is a tiny bit snug, but other than that, it's pretty good. Oh, what's going on with my hair? Oh gosh. Right, let's sort this back out again. I'm not going to bother moving that again. Let's zoom back in. I had it there. Ooh, hello. Right, okay. Right, I'm just going to put something back on and then turn the light off, and we're going to start doing some leveling and log into my character. Obviously, you might notice I've got a pink blanket on my thing because this chair gets extremely cold in this office, and this keeps the chair nice and warm. I'm going to put that there. Right, let me go put another shirt on real quick and we'll carry on. Alright, back to dark and mysterious now, guys. You've all seen the lights. Light of spazzles. I've kept the tunic on. I'm going to sit in it, see how comfortable it is to sit in. Oh, it's not that bad actually. Do you know what? It's keeping me nice and it's like a tight hug. Right, let's get me headset back on and let's get into the game. Right. Let's go, guys. Level 18 currently. Yeah, guys, let me know what you think of the tunic. What I'll do is as well, I'll try and take a photo and probably put it on my Instagram or something just to show you guys what it's like as well. So yeah, right, okay. So we have got, if I remember rightly, we just finished doing the quests in here. And we went ahead and we picked up a load of quests from here. And we've got a couple of these to hand in here and here and here. I think what we will do is we'll go to the Dawnstar Spire and then we'll make our way down to do the Shadow Pine. Or should I go and get talents first? Not talents, abilities, because I haven't got my level 18 abilities yet. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go get my level 18 abilities. It's a shame there's not a trainer here, actually. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, we'll go get our train. Yeah, to Silver Moon. Really quick, we're gonna go here, get our new skills for level 18. Head Hearthstone back, run to the Dawnstar Spire, and make our way down south and do the Shadow Pine trolls. Yeah, Shadow Pine. Nice, 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 nice. Oh man, I forgot my water. Bear with me one sec. Right, whilst I'm flying, I'm just gonna go get my water. Don't know where I've put it. Oh, there it is. Got my water. What did I miss? Did I miss anything? Alright, cool. Nearly back. Nearly back. Oh, I need to turn up my sounds again. Options, audio, and turn this back up to 40. 40 is fine. Great stream tonight. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Really I'm really glad that you guys enjoy it. Why did you got no pants? My goodness. I'm glad you're all having a good time. And thank you so much for being here and supporting me. I really do appreciate it. Someone's selling. Sorry, I'm just having a look now. Damn, someone's like some enchanting stuff going on right now. Right, what's our bags looking like? Not too bad. 13 slots free. We've got a lot of potions at the moment as well. A lot of potions. Nice. Alright. Right. I can't remember what we get at level 18, but we'll find out.
Will fall.
New Seal of Righteousness. Yes. Yeah, we want that. Blessing of Freedom. Yeah. Divine Protection. Yeah. Spiritual Attunement. A passive ability that gives the paladin mana when healed by other friendly target spells. The amount of mana gained is equal to 8% of the amount healed. Oh, okay. I like that a lot. So it's not something like.
About you.
Is it a skill that I can use, or? Yeah, it's literally a passive ability. Oh, nice. Okay. Right, we like that. Right, so we've got new Seal of Righteousness, so it's now rank 3. What am I using? Hold on. What am I using? Up there for a second, track. Oh, yeah, rank 2. Makes sense. And we've got... What else did we get? We got new Divine Protection. That increases the time that was... Yeah, the amount of time with thingy. Blessing of Freedom is a huge one for us. Was there anything? We've got obviously Spiritual Attunement. And I think that was it. Yes, that was it. Cool. Right. Hearthstone back. Let's get questing, guys. Let's get the questing on, shall we? And we're going to go this way. Oh, that was something I was going to do. I did find a plugin that I wanted to add to change the camera. Do you guys mind if I quickly do that? I won't be long, I promise. What was it? It was RP. Wow. What was it called? I should have taken a picture of it. Wow, RPG camera. If I can spell camera correctly. Camera add-on. Wasn't that one? I think it was called Action Cam. Was it done that? No, I think it was Action Cam. Action Cam Plus. There we go. This is the one. Let's download this. Whether it works with Anniversary TBC is yet to be seen. We'll find out in a second. Extract files. Plus. Let's go over to File Explorer, I guess. Let's go here, into here, into here, into here, into here, into here, and drag you into here. Nice. Okay, that's done. Bear with me, just got to do a reload. Oh! Yes. This This is what I'm talking about. Yes, I love that. Oh, yes. Oh, just that slight adjustment makes all the difference to the feel of this now. You guys, if you want your camera angle, your camera like this as well, look up on CurseForge, Action Cam Plus. I think there's a load of presets as well. So when let me find an enemy I want to fight. I'm sure it has a thing where you can. Okay, so when you go into a fight with an enemy, it does its own thing. That is nice. So okay, it automatically changes. Oh, I love this camera angle. This is absolutely fantastic. All right, I need to read. Right, so if I do /AC, so I'm just reading this up as I'm doing. Right, so you can do target focus on enemies while on foot. Okay, combat focus on enemies. Focus on target focusing on interactable NPCs enabled while in combat. So what's pitch? Camera pitch enabled. What is pitch though? Oh, vertical camera offset. Okay. Right. Okay. So you can change. Okay. Cool. So when I'm in combat, so I can focus on enemy. So I don't think I want this on. But in combat, I want to focus on enemies. And I can auto set. I'll change this number? Maybe not. Change these. Go all the way out. Okay, it just sets it to auto, so we'll leave it at that for now. I'm happy with that. Oh, that's so cool. Right, I want to get into combat real quick just to see what it looks like to focus in on an enemy. Oh my god, my voice. Can't speak. Oh, okay. I kind of like it. What would be really good is they had a setting for when you're tanking. Let me have a look, see if there's one for when you're tanking. I'll do that. Oh, it disables it. Okay, then I can re-enable it. Nice, okay. But then I can change a few of the settings so I don't... So maybe if I'm tanking in a dungeon, I turn off the focus one. We'll play about. I'll play with that out of that with out of stream. Yeah, I might have. Oh damn! Might change that setting so it's auto. That should automatically come back out. Let me just do that real quick. Config. I thought I had that set. Did I not? It focused, but it kind of zoomed out. Oh, I just found. What is that? Hopper. Let's get some. Amazing stream tonight, Spaz. Tunic looked great. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. I'm quite happy with the tunic. Again, it's a tiny bit snug, but I am obviously I'm losing so much weight at the moment. Yeah, this is better. This is better. I don't like how much it's zoomed out though. I like that it kind of goes in between, so I'm going to change that one more time. Right, so while in combat, Action Cam Plus will set your combat setting wherever you scroll. I'll change it to like here. I don't want it to go too far out. I need it to go out a little bit. Should remember to put my blessings back on again. Can't carry any more of them. What is it? Quest item. Shot it, I'll take that. Ouch. So it's a little cheeky heal. There's another one. Oh no, okay, just. I'll go right all the way back. Is that gonna? No, it doesn't aggro. Good. Okay, this is what we're after. Right, the Traitor's Shadow. After browsing through the first few pages of this old book, you come to the conclusion that it once belonged to the one known as Darkard Jaffir. Nice. As you skim through the pages in the journal, you are overcome by an unnerving sense of being watched. Contents are unsettling. Darkard's soul was once filled with hatred and contempt for his own people. The extent of his machinations and plots are all documented in great detail. Perhaps there is something here that Vienna will find useful. Hell yeah. Okay, let's head back to Fast Rider. My bad. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I love this camera angle. This is so much better. Oh, this area is so much more quiet than what it was when I was leveling here and questing. Wow, that's such a huge difference. There's still no mobs around because everyone's killed them all, but There's not as many people around, I think. I might need to take that back in a second. Alright, cool. We are at Far Strider Enclave, so we're going to head up and talk to Ranger Viner. And that question, I don't know if there's going to be a follow-on question to this. Where does she get? They're over here, aren't they? There they are.
The eternal sun.
Right, into the past. Tell me, Spazzles, what did you find out?
Salama.
This information is very valuable, Spazzles. We all knew about Darkhand's plans to steal the power of the Sunwell from the Scourge, but much of the information found here is completely new to us. Magister Kaindris at the Sanctum of the Sun will want to look at this.
The reckoning is at hand.
Okay. Right. The Magisters at the Sanctum of the Sun have made great progress in analysing the Scourge's weaknesses with the aid of the Forsaken. Magister Kaindris will know what to do with this information. You'll find the Sanctum of the Sun southwest of here. You must hurry, Spazzles. Darkhan is a cunning enemy and watches our every move. Right. So, literally all we've got to do is deliver this journal to the Sanctum of the Sun. But we are going to go head over here to start killing the Shadowpine trolls. So, are we actually just... we need to collect anything, or... how are we getting on? We are getting on pretty well, thank you, Curie. We are now finally playing World of Warcraft instead of talking about World of Warcraft. But yeah, we're about to do some questing in Zeptala, killing the Shadowpine headhunters and trolls in general. Also, we've just installed a camera add-on. It's called Action Cam Plus. And basically all it does is it kind of just alters your camera angles. It kind of sort of focuses on your target. And you can toggle it on and off, and it just kind of gives you this kind of look. If you look at the camera right now, it just kind of gives you the over-the-shoulder effect instead of like just being directly behind. Looks good. Yeah, I think it looks really cool. And some really cool effects you can do as well. So there's like some auto like changing it can do. So once I get into combat with this guy, you'll see the camera automatically, I'm not touching it, automatically changed to zoom out. And it also focuses on the target as well. So I can move like this and it stays on that target. Yeah, I really like it. We kind of want it around about here, I think, so we can still keep an eye out on some of the enemies around us. I haven't got a righteous seal on. So it's a little heal. Let's get on it. Right, so we just need to kill the... okay, so we're killing the Shadowcasters and the Headhunters. Nice. We're also trying to collect their maces as well. Ooh, what was that? Oh, thank you. Blessing and wisdom. Thank you. Oh, what was that? Someone just gave me an intellect buff. Who's that? Nice. There you go. And a good little lesson of wisdom there. Right, let's do this. I think I need to switch to a blessing of wisdom myself because my mana is looking very low right now. So this is gonna, yeah, 10 mana every 10 to 5 seconds. Very nice. Alright, cool, nice. We've got 2 maces and killed a couple of these guys already. I'm not going to take that chest. That is very unethical of me to do. Should stick Retribution Aura on. Okay, we've got the maces now. Let's have a little... what should I use? What should I use? Let's eat some food. And where's my... Didn't I get a load of melon juice recently? There it is. Let's put it over here. Calixo, how are you doing, man? I am doing very, very well, man. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're having a great time wherever you are. Welcome on in. How are you doing, man? We're currently questing in Ghostlands again, and we're doing the... I forgot to drink. I'm such an idiot. I forgot to drink my melon juice. Yeah, we're currently killing the Shadow Pine trolls at the moment. We're trying to find the axe, maces, claws, and staves from them as well. Also, we've got ourselves a new little add-on, so change the camera angle, which I'm absolutely loving right now. Okay, so these guys are the ones that have the axes. Nice. Yeah, I'm really liking this add-on. Oh, nice. With Scroll of Intellect as well. We're going to keep a hold of that. All good? Oh, I'm glad you're doing good, man. Really glad you're doing good. Hope your day was great. Unless it's morning, then I hope your morning was good. Chat, hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic, by the way. If I haven't said so already, all amazing. You guys are all amazing. If you did miss earlier in the stream, we did go over the WoW Classic Plus survey. But don't worry, guys, I will be doing a video on that pretty shortly, and I'll get that onto the YouTube channel pretty quickly. I'm gonna prioritize that a little bit more than the other stuff that I'm working on. Oh, I love when I get that proc off with the sword. And we've got 2 axes as well now. A headhunter, let's grab him. Get back here. Get your ass back here. Right, so what do we need now? We need to kill a couple of these guys still, so we grab him. Are we voice acting today? I'm going to say no, just because I've doing so much talking during the survey that my voice is quite shot to pieces. How is my inventory full already? How? Get rid of that. Yeah, I do apologise, guys. I didn't think the survey was going to be that long. We ended up doing the survey for about 2 hours. And I was yapping away. So yeah, my throat is a little bit shot right now. Hence the more water. I do apologise, guys. I promise tomorrow I won't be doing as much yapping. No, actually, I can't promise that. I'll probably still be doing a lot of yapping, but it won't be as much as it was today, and hopefully my voice won't be as shot. And I'll actually do some voice acting again. Oh, love this, man. I don't know why. It's just this simple plugin has completely changed the game for me. It feels different. I can't explain it. It could actually be a bad different. You know, it could. This camera mod could get me killed, but right now I'm enjoying it. Oh, do you know what? We are absolutely blasting through this part of the level as well, guys. We are over 3/4 of the way to level 19. Yeah, level 19. Right, we don't need the Shadowcasters. We need the Headhunters. And there's another group down here with the staves. Headhunter? Headhunter. Is that dynamic cam? It's not dynamic cam. This one's different. It is Action Cam Plus. After I've killed this guy, I'll bring it back up again real quick. Action Plus add-on. Wow. So it's this one, guys. Yeah, Action Cam Plus. This is the one I've installed. There you go. Yeah, I'm really liking it so far. So what, I don't know how different it is to dynamic cam, but I like this one because it has an automatic feature in it. So let me get into a fight. Really? Really? Okay. I'll find something else to fight. So the first thing, obviously, you can see what it does. It gives you that action RPG kind of feel. Right, here we go. And when I get into combat, I'm not touching the mouse, not scrolling. It automatically changes the camera for you, so it zooms out for you. You don't have to have it, so it focuses on the enemy. I kind of like it. I may turn it off, though. Okay, we've got 3 of those now. Let me turn it off again real quick. I'm just going to have it as an action cam instead. So it's AC... Oh, God, what was it again? I've forgotten the command. What was the command? Like you're playing God of War. Yeah. God of WoW. God of Warcraft. Hey, God of Warcraft. There you go. Love that. What was it again? Was it APF? I think it was APF. No. Action ACP Action Cam Plus config. There we go. Right, let's in combat, let's just do that. And yep, I like that. So let me just get into combat and then yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to take the focus off, actually. I think that might end up getting me killed. Oh, big hit. Honestly, these guys can actually be really dangerous. Inventory's full. What is going on with inventory, guys? Wow. I think I've got too many of these. Let's get rid of that. And let's get rid... Wait, I got shoulder pads. I didn't even realise I got shoulder pads. That did not even compute into my brain. And with fan tin. Oh, this is a great night. I'm having a great night, guys. Oh, nice. We've got some shoulder pads. I'm not going to lie. They look pretty badass as well. I love that kind of like leather fur look. Fur lining look. Alright, so we're heading down here to get the Hexa staves. Sorry, are we... Oh, we've got the... Yeah, Catlon claws and... What's the other ones we want? These might be a bit of a bastard. Come on. Yeah. These... I might need to kill the lynx first. Do I kill the lynx first and then... I'm thinking I do. Yeah, we're gonna, next time we get to a fight, we're gonna kill the lynx first and then the cat lord. Let's reseal and put that on again. I don't actually need this on right now, but I just... It's good to get into a habit of recasting it on myself, just so when I do get into more tanking, I get into that good habit straight away. Bring it in. These guys are absolutely units. Look at the size of them. Oh, it took me to a chicken. Okay. Slightly dangerous. Thankfully, it only lasts for a couple of seconds. That was an instant pass. I couldn't even interrupt that at all. Yeah, boom. You now be a chicken, man. Wow. Okay, note to self, make sure when I'm fighting the Hexars, we're topped up, because things can go south very quickly with them. Right, so if I do this... Also, last thing about this plug-in, sorry. Get back here. The last thing about this plug-in is, how many of these do we need to... Oh, we don't actually need to kill them, we just need to get the staffs. Yeah, the last thing I'm going to talk about this plug-in is that where I've there's 3 different modes. You've got on foot, mount, and in combat. And you can toggle the different things. So, like, for example, I've still got this on. Well, this might make things a little bit quicker. So I've still got the action cam on in combat, but you can set it in the settings to turn it off. Freak. Gonna have to get rid of those. Let's give you a little buff. Let's go for the links board. Oh, yeah, these guys. Wow, they hit hard. I think I get packed off for that. I need to have a drink. Let's have a little drink and some food. Oh, I almost completely forgot about that. We've got to poison the fresh fish rack as well. Oh, I forgot about that. Was there one back here? No, it's just that one there. That one there and that one there. That's the fish rack and the meat rack. Was it only the 2? No. Raw meat rack, smoked meat rack. Okay, there's 3 got here. Boom. Okay. Aggro meat. Right, where is that meat rack again? In here. I see it, it's in here. Right, so this is the fish one. That's done. And then there's a meat rack over here. Should we just hang around here for a little bit and help this? Yeah, okay, I think they're going up there to kill this guy. Oh, right, so we actually do need to come back here to... Oh, nice. To kill these guys. At the moment, we're just gathering their weapons. It does look like you need... There's another quest to actually kill them. Okay, interesting. Well, I'm going to go this way because my quest is over here. Okay, there's the raw meat rack. I'll try saying that 5 times with your guest. Copper tin. Nice. Oh, that's a great find. take out the links first, and then the cat lord. Nice. Cool. Nice. Ah, we're not really getting these cat claws though, are we? Let's bandage up. Let's save our mana. Let's bandage up a little bit. Did we just kill that cat lord? Nice. Alright, so we just need one more cat claw and then we're done. Nice. Right. Cat claw. Cat claw through. Yes, let's go. Alright, so we've just got to poison this last meat rack and we are done. Oh, wait. No, we've still got to get this guy. Could we two-man that? I think we could. More tin? Ah, copper. Just gotta wait for that to respawn so we can use this. Or did we get it already? Oh no! Oh, okay. Okay. Actually did it for me. Just breathe. Oh, can't breathe anything. Get rid of that. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm gonna keep holding. I'm gonna eat this before we fight. Bro, you're not gonna give it a ghost lock. Right, let's rebuff. I am going to put this on. Give you that. I am going to eat a food buff. And this. We've got any other consumables that we can use right now. Oh, we've got the lion strength as well. Yeah, I think we can two-man this. Nice. Right. I'm going to quickly eat this. And then we're going to get on to this guy. Level 20 elite. Right, I'm going to wait till the full mana and then we're going to go. I'm going to get the next stun. Interrupt that. Come on, let's go. Right, early heal. Oh, that was a big damage. I'm a little mini-me. Oh, God. Let's get rid of that. That's so funny. Oh my god. I'm a little mini-me. I can't get rid of that either, can I? This is a... yeah, it's only mages that can decurse. Oh, Tin Vein. Little mini-me. Oh my god. Oh, nice. We've got that done very quickly. We're almost level 19 as well. Oh, that was a huge haul as well. Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? Popper? Take it, take it, take it. See, now I'm really small. I'm also very sneaky. Oh man, we've got no. What can we get rid of? Let's get rid of that. Right, here we go. Nice. Let's get out of here. I'm running this way. I've already heard 3 of them on me. Yeah, we're deep in enemy territory right now. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't we have a quest for here? Annuin, yeah. Right, let's get out of here. Yeah, we haven't quite got this part of the quest done yet. So we got the requisite for it. Where was it? I think it was this one, maybe? Yes, we will be coming here, but not just yet. So, do you know what? What we should do is go to the Sanctum of the Sun, since we're so close to it. And we've got a couple of quests to hand in there. That will get us to level 19. And then, what I believe I'm going to do is I'm going to put a point into Guardian's favour as well. Sanctum of the Sun. Here we are. Okay, so we've got to speak to Magister Kaendris.
We will persevere.
Right.
Death to all
You
who
wish to
oppose
speak
us.
to me?
We will
This
have
book!
justice.
It can't be! It's Darkhan's very own handwriting. There must be information here that will reveal a weakness in our opponent. You've done well in coming to us, Spazels. The Far Striders have shown great wisdom in leaving this matter in our hands. This armor should help you further our cause. Ooh. I'll take the legs.
Remember the sun.
Yes, there we go, guys. Level 19. Yeah, I'll take the legs, but I won't be able to. I won't use them because the legs I've got are better anyway. Right. According to this journal, Darkhan promised the Scourge two powerful elven artifacts: the Stone of Light and the Stone of Flame. These were imbued with the magical energies of the Sunwell and attuned to have warding powers against the Scourge. The crystals were to be transported to where the Howling Ziggurat and the Bleeding Ziggurat now stand, in the middle of the Dead Scar. If they're still held there, we need to recover them. Their power will be greatly useful in our struggle against the enemy. Nice.
Farewell.
Okay, so we've got to go to the two Zuggurats now, which is pretty cool.
Anaria Shola.
Right, underlight ore
We'll
samples.
have justice.
How may I help you, Paladin?
Hold your head high.
My apprentice was unable to take care of herself. I shall have a word with her when she returns. Then, Knowles or not. Speaking of which, why didn't she return with you? That one is a handful, and it's going to be quite a challenge to properly train. Thank you, Paladin, for bringing these samples to me. We are hoping that we can uncover some special property from within them that will help in the fight against the Scourge.
Stay the course.
Alright, nice. Right, so yeah, we're going to put a point into Guardian's favour. And that's completely done. We've got one more quest to hand in here, which is just up here. Magister Idonus.
The dark times will pass. Farewell.
Darrenus sent you? Very well. I suppose we can use your aid in fighting Darkhan's forces.
We will have justice.
If you seek to aid our cause, there is no better place to start than here, and no better time to do it than now. By rebuilding the Sanctum of the Sun, we've raised a banner of defiance in front of our enemy's seat of power, Deathholm. Go forth and fight the hordes of undead that inhabit the vile Scourge fortress.
The reckoning is at hand.
Nice. Very nice. So we've got those all handed in. We've got one more here that we want to hand in. How do we get there? I guess right, let's follow the path to Copper Vein. We're going to follow the path to a Copper Vein. That's exactly what we're going to do. Bomb. Boom. Boom. Oh, there wasn't that many in there. What is our blacksmith in that moment? It's only 55. So we can make a few more of these. Want to grind out those stones as much as possible and save the ore. Because I want to save as much as possible for making bronze bars. So if I can level up just using the stones, that would be ideal, really. Make sure I switch back to the right hotbar. Alright, we're nearly there. So yeah, okay. Magister Sylvester. I'm assuming once we... Okay, this place is under attack. Sort of. And Talas, that was the place. Yep, this is the place we want to go. Oh, I've already killed them all. I think these are just... like, just props. Props again. Props. There we go. Magister Celesta.
Anu Belore Delana.
Are you the reinforcements? The Night Elves have been routed.
Salama
Oh,
Ashalanore.
thank goodness for you.
The reckoning is
It was
at
just
hand.
horrible. Night Elves. They conjured their moon crystals here for some nefarious plot, but I snuck away and gathered a large group of our scouts and casters from the nearby Sanctum of the Sun. We killed most of them, and the rest of the group is hunting down the remnants. I'm glad you're here now. I was only left a couple of scouts for protection. It's not safe out here. Give me a moment, I'll read through these plans.
Death to all who oppose us.
Deactivate Annuin. So this is the place we
will
went
have
earlier.
justice.
Oh, hello. I'm ready for you this time.
Salama Ashalanore.
That's Savia. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Thank you very much. I don't know what I would have done if you weren't here.
Victory.
Ah, you would have
lies
been fine.
ahead.
The 2 scouts would have handled
The
them.
reckoning is at hand.
Level 16. Their moon crystals are scrying devices. They're going to spy on us. I know that Andaloth can't provide enough power for that, but Annuin, directly to the south, most definitely can. From the plans I now have as a basic knowledge of how these moon crystals work, enough to shut them down. They're keyed so they can be turned off. You must go to Annuin, retrieve a controlling orb from one of the Night Elves, and then use it on the moon crystal to stop them from enacting their plan. Hurry, Paladin.
Farewell.
Nice, cool. Right, we have got a couple of quests we can hand back in here. Do we do this one first? I'm thinking we do this one first. Yeah, we've got to do that first, and then we'll head back to the Enclave. Actually, no, we'll head back here and then to the Enclave after we finish this bit here. Yeah, sounds good to me. Also, there is a flight path guy here. Would it be worth grabbing that? I don't think it would be. No, it wouldn't be worth that. Right, am I missing any buffs? No, I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good for now. Oh man, drinking so much water at the moment. Hardcore. Hardcore. Right. Let's just head straight this way. There it is. That's the camp. Oh, this is the person we were grouped up with earlier. For another buff. Right. We're gonna get streamer luck and get the orb first time. Heard it from me? First time. No way! No way! Oh, that's absolutely nuts. Wait, that was the thing, wasn't it? Hold on. Why is it not using it? We got the controlling orb, so... There we go, we got it. Done it. It was being, it was being weird. Oh, I can't believe we did that first. I can't believe we got that on our first drop. That's amazing. I'm telling you now, it's streamer benefits now. It's streamer benefits. I'm already starting to feel the power. Right, let's go and head back, hand this quest in, and then we're going to head over to the Enclave to hand the rest of those quests in as well, and hopefully empty our bags. Our bags are messy. Yeah, we've got quite a few. Oh my god, benches are my worst enemy for tonight. I keep running into fences. So yeah, one more level, guys, and then we should be getting concentration. Concentration? No, it's constant. Is it concentration? No, concentrate. No. Wait a minute. Well, Paladin Consecration, that's it. Consecration. Not concentration. I just want to concentrate on everyone. I'm going to concentrate you into death. Consecration, that's slightly different wording. Right, turn this in.
Anaria Shola.
That's a relief, Paladin. I can assure you that we hadn't deactivated those scryan orbs, we'd be in more tenacious position than the one we're already in. To think, surrounded by enemies, and one of them able to spy upon our every move. But now, we don't need to worry about that thanks to you. Here, take this. I want you to be rewarded for your efforts, and I just happen to have a few things here I no longer have any use for. Nice. Ooh, hold up. What do we get? We lose stamina, but we get 3 strength and 2 intellect. Or we get the cloak. Get the cloak.
Remember the Sunwell.
Yeah, the cloak just gives us a little bit more stamina and a little bit more armor. Companion, how are you doing, man? Welcome on in. How you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic night and you're doing well. Yeah, we're just doing a little bit more World of Warcraft. Chem Champion. Sorry, I said your word. Yep, that is right. Chem Champion. Thank you for the clarification. I have not been saying words correctly all night, just to let you know. But that's on me. That's on me. Right. I'm going to grab this copper ore and we are going to go over here, hand some quests in, get some good stuff, and have a generally good time. Again, Chem Champion, how are you doing, man? How are you doing? Welcome on in. Oh, I was gone there. Lame. Right, let's head this way, guys. Right, so when we unlock our next level, I'm thinking Kings. I'm definitely getting Kings. Yeah. So the way we're going to do it, we're going to... Oh, wrong button. We're going to go Kings and then 3 into Improved Righteous Fury. And I'll get 1 into Anticipation. I don't know if I want to unlock any of these. So I might go 1 into this and then more into Anticipation. I am thinking of changing up the build slightly. Oh, God, can I knock it up here? That's embarrassing. Right, here we go. Really great live stream tonight. We'll tune in tomorrow. Take care. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. No, thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic sleep. Have a fantastic evening. And yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. You know I'll be here tomorrow. Right, let's talk to this one. So, attack on Zeb Tala. Good. You've handled that very well. Let's see if you're up to something a little more difficult now.
The reckoning is
time for something a little more challenging. Zeb Noah to the south is where the most powerful Shadowpine trolls make their home. In our continuing effort to keep the troll numbers to a minimum, I'm dispatching you to go down there and assail them by whatever means you have at your disposal. What do you say, Spaz? Ready to deal with some more trolls?
Keep your wits about you.
I would have liked some better items than the bracers, but you know.
Baladash, Balanore.
Right, let's bring in this one. This will get rid of a lot of our inventory space. I'll immediately send a few rangers out to survey the damage that you wreaked upon the Shadowpine trolls. I've no doubt that we'll be able to mop up after your offensive and launch an attack on the Scourge soon if these weapons are any indication of your success. Here, I want you to take this coin in payment. It's a burning hole in my pouch anyway.
Salama Ashalanore.
And then we got Bring Me Kelgash's head.
The reckoning is at hand.
What is that awful smell?
Remember the
Sunwell. Kelgash's head is what I smell so bad. That's a nice piece of work there, Paladin. With their chieftain dead, the Shadowpine trolls will be in total disarray. Combined with your recent efforts to decimate their numbers, This should be the perfect opportunity to launch our counter-offensive against them and wipe them out for good. You have my fake spazzles. Might I interest you in one of these? You may very well interest me in one of those. Ooh.
We will have justice.
Oh, that's a really nice one-hander, actually. And it does ever so slightly more damage than our flambeau. But we do lose 2 intellect. I want to keep hold of this for now. But we're definitely going to swap out Stung for this. This is going to be a huge, huge improve.
Your gold is
Right, let's sort our bags out. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Do we want to keep those? No, we don't. Get rid of those. We get rid of those. And then we get rid of that and that. And right. Can we get rid of anything else at the moment? Not really. I want to keep the potions. But do you know what? I'll get rid of... No, I'll keep the potions. Yeah, I'll keep the potions.
We will have justice.
Nice. Right, we've got one more quest to hand in. And I believe it's up this way? Yeah, it's this way. There we go. Right, little dash of seasoning. Ah, excellent. I knew that a Blood Elf delivery system would make up for a most perfect, efficient application of the poison. With any luck, the Shadowpine trolls will get fat on it before keeling over. That should get them off their backs of the Svarstriders and me back to Tranquillin. It has been a pleasure working with you, Spazzles.
Remember.
Yes, sufficient. Paladin. Oh, you. Right. Order and timer on that. Right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it there for tonight. Getting late and I've got a video to get out as well, guys. So, guys, I am gonna halfstone back to Tranquillin and put myself in the inn for now, so I can get that juicy rested XP. But, guys, again, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and watching the stream, spending some time with me, watching me yap on for quite a while. Unfortunately, I do apologize. I didn't realize how long I was doing that survey for. It was almost 2 hours. So yeah, if you did miss that, obviously it will be on the YouTube for tomorrow, and I will be making an actual more curated video around that as well. So look out for that, guys. And again, appreciate you being here, guys. And until next time, no matter where you are, I hope you're having a fantastic evening, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye for now, guys. See you later. Be right back. I'm ending the stream. Bye.